get besides French fries?
Just a burger and ting. Cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah. I'm more of a filet of fish guy myself, but I'll tell you this. Burger King has the veggie Whopper. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've had a few. Can't complain.
I'll keep it simple.
Yeah.
I feel like I got gypped from some fries.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't feel like there should be more. Bastards.
You know, sometimes they just shove some in, and that's what you get.
The corporations, man.
Fucking corporations.
Fraser.
Also deforesting and, exploiting their workers, but,
No.
French fries
I
are
mean, like
also
the
a problem.
fries is the problem.
Right, that's the bigger problem.
That's the issue.
What were you gonna say about Fraser?
He's in the chat.
What up, Fraser?
So
Phrase dog.
don't talk
To
about
coin a
him.
phrase.
Phrase
I'm gonna
dog.
talk about him all I want.
Phrase dog.
Phrase dog.
Don't know where Stu is.
I know, right? What's he like? He's always late.
The Frasernator.
We need more people like him. More's the pity. I don't know. That's it. I'm out of ideas.
You need more ideas.
Nice. Well played. Touche.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Recording.
Do you want a chip?
What up, Stu?
Do you want a chip?
What up? What up, Dick?
He got ripped off on his French fries.
Tara's back.
What up, Tara?
Do you want a chip?
Oh, no, I'm stuffed.
Oh yeah, you just went for a meal, yeah. Tara just went for a meal.
What'd you
Look
have,
how
Tara?
lovely Tara looks. Oh my god.
Show us
Get
what
over
she-
here. Look at this. Wow.
Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Babe.
I'm sweating.
Hi.
Sorry.
Wow, look at Tara.
What did you have for dinner, Tara?
Glamorous.
Yeah.
Glam.
Is your brother alright?
Glamorous.
Yeah, fine.
Cool.
Tara, what'd you eat?
Yeah. We've not started
Jenny,
yet.
ask her what she ate.
Okay.
What did you
Yeah,
eat?
what did you eat? What did you eat?
I had a something rum and something chicken wings starter.
Mhm.
I had sirloin steak, and then I had apple and rhubarb crumble.
Nice.
They don't do the jacket potato
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Which is almost as fancy as Chinny's dinner there.
Yeah, I've got McDonald's, so who's winning?
Me.
Yeah, exactly. I think Chinny's winning. I like Mackie D's.
Definitely. Right.
Yeah.
Are we starting or what?
I don't know.
I guess.
I
Why
think
not?
so. Why not? Let's do this.
Oh.
thing.
Jump right in,
Let's start
Yeah,
the
why not?
motherfucking show, bitch.
bastards. You bastard listening bastards.
Wow.
Yo, to the veteran gamers.
Bastards. Whole bunch of bastards.
You gotta be that fucking diamond in the rough.
Don't make me break my foot off in your ass! Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior.
Keeping it real.
The veteran gamers.
Keeping it real.
The veteran gamers.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Yeah, boy.
You don't ever catch the dragon, Dad.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life.
Hello and welcome to episode 605 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, 605. What's happening, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu. Chinny's eating McDonald's. That's what's happening here.
Gobbling on the mic.
I haven't
It
eaten
is.
all
And,
day.
yeah, that's not true.
And
Yeah,
then
that's not our fault. What do you want us to
and then
do?
Tara
Fucking
just
wheat for
ran
you.
I just think
downstairs
it's
and
a
went.
lie.
Tara
Yeah.
just ran downstairs and went, "Oh no!" And so that threw me as well. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, we are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
And we stream live
Yes.
on the internet. On
Yes, we
YouTube and Twitch.
do.
Live every week.
Yeah, Sunday. It was Monday
Usually
last
on
week to
Sunday.
throw people,
Last
but
week
like
it was Monday.
yeah, this week it's Sunday again.
Sunday
This
at
week
9.
we want to not throw people. We get thrown by people this week.
We do.
I think we should
We
win the
do.
award for the most consistent podcast.
Regular.
That's a good award.
Yeah, it is.
Not
We're
too
like
many
a good
people win
poo.
that.
You know, we happen all the time, kind of.
Doesn't mean we're good. It just means
No.
we're
We're
regular.
regular.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, we're like a good poo. You know, we're regular,
Right.
but we're a
I
bit.
like the beats and shouting.
We're a bit
Again.
shit. Anyway,
We're not good.
Anyway,
We're not good.
yeah, we're not
Right.
good. No, we're not.
who's got a story
My
time?
favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
Well, it's funny you should say that, right? And I'm quite glad that Fraser is in the chat, but he may have already gone because we know what Fraser's like. He comes and he goes. Because I've got a DIY story, so I think he'll be interested because this is like the Seal
Ooh,
podcast.
tools. Are we talking
Fucking
tools?
Okay.
tools.
Why
DIY.
can't we not be sober?
Stuff is happening, right? So on Tuesday, so the day after we recorded last week's podcast, I did.
Well, slow
a-
down. Wait.
Yes.
It was
What?
Monday when we record, and then it would have
Was.
been. You're right.
I was
it
off
would
on
have been. Go ahead.
Tuesday. I was off
Yeah.
work, and I had a little gardening project lined up for that day.
Okay.
Okay.
Planting some flowers.
No, because that didn't involve proper tools, man. That's just like a fucking trowel
Planting
or
flowers
something.
involves proper.
Fraser, by the way,
No.
Fraser's still
Electric.
here. Fraser's still
Fraser's
here.
still here.
He
And
is.
That's
David-
all
I've
hey,
seen. I've
she's
seen.
talking man stuff. She's
David Turner said, a good poo should be more than once a week, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Twice
no,
a day. In my
how
opinion.
often are you pooing?
Twice a day
David?
at least. Sometimes
David's
3
got
times.
diarrhea. Diarrhea, David. New nickname.
So anyway, right now this
Okay,
involved
so
power
gardening
tools,
project.
stuff you plug
Right.
into the electric. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So tools involved. I'll explain what I used. So I had a
Oh, thank God.
sliding miter saw,
Okay.
sliding miter saw,
Yes.
a battery powered drill.
You trying to
and-
take apart something?
I know, an electric drill. So I had 2 of these drills. And then various other bits and pieces, you know, like a square and a
You
pencil.
were stealing Hans Mollman's gold. Oh
So,
no,
no.
my brain.
So as you know, 4 years ago, nearly now, 4 years ago, I built a giant dick in my garden.
Get it?
So-
Because it sounds like a thing that it's otherwise than what it
Exactly.
is. Deck. He's saying deck for those who don't know. DECK.
Massive dick. Yeah, so I built a
4
massive
years
dick.
that later, Stu, it's still not funny at
It's
all.
still a good joke.
No,
it's
it's
still a good
hilarious.
joke. It works.
People are rolling
It
around
works.
laughing.
So I built this massive dick in my garden. We're on 2 levels. It was a double layer, you know, double levels. Well, you know, one lower than the other. And the lower one
We
has a
got it,
big
Frank.
table and benches on it, right? But at the
Right.
side of this dick is about just under a meter drop. So if you were a bit pissed, for instance, and you got a little bit too close to the dick, you'd fall off and possibly injure yourself quite seriously because it's quite a drop. You know, break your neck. You could like do some serious damage to yourself.
And you didn't think to put some railing on the edge
Well,
of this deck.
no, because like you know,
'Cause
it was
fuck 'em.
more work. It's fucking work,
Right.
innit? You know?
It's extra work. I
Fucking-
spent months building this deck, but you know, extra
Yeah.
work to keep people from falling off it.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
well, if they fall off, they fall off. So,
Yeah.
so
So then what are you what are you talking about then? You just said it was a problem if people fall off and hurt
Well,
themselves.
well, when we thought about it, you know, we might get
It
sued
is,
or
but not enough for me to
something.
do something about
So we decided it was time we sorted out the safety problem. Okay.
it. Right.
Now, usually when you put up sort of newel posts in decking, you put them inside of the frame and then put your decking boards around them.
Right.
This wasn't possible because unfortunately we'd already built the dick.
Oh,
So,
great.
I know. This is a huge issue here. So
Sounds
what
like you didn't really think it ahead beforehand.
Well, I didn't think ahead to 4 years when I was thinking maybe someone might fall off and really hurt themselves.
I don't understand why it took you 4 years to figure out that someone might
Well,
fall off your deck and hurt themselves.
It was work. It was more than like, oh, I've got to do something.
It wasn't that you didn't think about it; it's just you didn't
Exactly.
care. You were being
Yeah, it
lazy.
was- no, it was
Okay.
just like, I've
well, that's
gotta
a
do
different matter.
stuff.
As long as you
Gotta do
understand.
stuff.
Okay.
So
Right.
anyway, I came up with this idea that I would get some newel posts and then I would cut
Right.
them sort of lengthways, halfway across, and then, you know, cut a block out so then I could put them against the deck and screw them in. Does that kind of
Okay.
make sense?
Yes, we got it.
Now, the problem is it's really difficult to cut along the grain. Right? Cutting
Okay.
across the grain is fine with a saw. Cutting along the grain, not so much. Because
Yes.
what you need for this is called a rip saw.
Okay.
Okay, and I'd never heard of a ripsaw. Yeah, it's pressure treated as well. Yeah, so that's the other thing. A ripsaw, right? So you have to have a saw with big teeth.
Right. Gotta have it.
Because it
Teeth.
clogs up otherwise when you try and saw along the
Sure.
grain. See, this
Yeah,
is like
sure.
all complicated shit. But
Yeah.
the other problem is you're trying to do a very straight square cut with a handsaw.
Oh, that's crazy. You can't do that with a
Exactly. How
handsaw.
the hell?
You nuts?
What?
How are you gonna do that?
And I
You're
had to do it
not.
on 5 posts, right?
Oh,
5
come on.
goddamn posts, man.
5 posts.
And you know what? I fucking pulled that shit off. Oh yeah.
Yay! Good job.
I like cut it. It was perfect. Did all that stuff right. We got flipping banister rails or whatever you want to call them, handrails. I
Right.
don't know.
And it's all great and it's safe
right?
now.
If you've seen Love Island, we've got wires. We're none of them freaking, spindle shit. We got wires, man. We're modern. Okay, so I did all that. Handrail going well, did all the way to the end. I had one piece of handrail to cut, right? One piece. And I measured it. I'm like, 136. That's what it is. Know what I'm doing.
You
Goes
screwed it
down.
up, didn't you?
Last cut of the day, cut it, went back up, and I'm like, this is too short. What's going on here? And I managed to measure 126 when I cut it instead of 136.
Let me
So
ask you
now
this.
I've- oh.
How many times did you measure it?
Twice. And I even feel like I saw
Stuart,
136 on the
Stuart,
measure. But
Stuart, did you really measure it twice or did you measure
well,
it once?
yeah. But you know what? I was absolutely fuming. I'm just like, oh
Well,
my
of
God, it's the
course.
last
So I
piece.
guess the lesson is measure 3 times, cut
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You
No,
fucking
measure-
idiot, Stu.
Oh, fucking I
God
know.
Damn.
You
Now,
idiot.
It's not an expensive mistake.
This is the stupidest thing
It's
you've
not an
ever
expensive
done.
mistake. 'Cause
Ever.
Another piece of handrail only costs £8. So it's not a huge.
Oh, he does all right, doesn't he, Chinny?
Yeah, 8
I'll
quid.
just get another
It's not-
8-pound piece of wood.
I know, but it could have been like 20 quid or 30 quid or I don't know,
Well, of
50
course it
pounds.
could have been
was,
more,
It was
but,
8 quid. But
Still.
the wood we've got is pressure treated and it's stained brown as opposed to green because green.
yeah, it's
looks
fancy
like-
wood.
Yeah, it's brown. So I've now got to wait a week
You really suck.
for one piece of handrail to finish the fucking thing, and I've got to
So
get
it
all my
looks all
friggin'
messed up
saw.
and
Well,
improper.
no,
And when you finally get it up, the other wood will have been roasted by the sun for a week. It'll be faded a little bit. You'll know every time you look at it that it's not the same wood.
Well, that would
And
be
you're going to be
true if it-
reminded of your painful mistake.
That would be true if it wasn't pissing it down here, and it's going to do for the
Yeah,
next 2
well.
weeks, so we'll be fine.
Oh, there you go. Fraser says it's not a mistake. It's a learning diversion.
I like that, a learning
That's
diversion.
that sounds like someone
Yeah.
says that they make a lot of dumb mistakes.
So anyway, apart from the fact that there's a piece of handrail missing, it looks really good. I'm very impressed with it.
Can you say
I'm
that?
like,
Well,
if
I'm
you're
very
a-
impressed with you, except for
Yeah.
your boneheaded
Can you say
mistake.
that if
Aye.
you're like a murderer? Like it was
Mm.
not a mistake. It was a
Yeah.
learning diversion.
Yeah, it was a learning diversion when I cut the
Exactly.
child's head off.
Exactly.
Right.
So yes,
Where are you
I'm
going?
very
Story
happy.
time's over, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, well, good
And now
job,
you won't fall
Stu.
off and kill yourself if you happen to come to our garden for a party or something. It'll be fine.
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Ian Williams says it's like cutting a hole in his PC case all over again. Kinda.
Nightmare.
Kinda. Kinda. Although
Something
this
always
isn't
goes
as bad.
wrong. Someday
Yeah, it
Stu's
does.
story will be, I was doing this thing with power
Uh.
tools. It went well. Everything's fine. The
Look, we
end.
did the whole decking without any problems, by the way. It's level.
Well, no,
and it's
you
still
had
standing
one
after
problem.
4 years.
Well,
Well,
you
yes.
clearly. Well, you forgot to put the handrail in, or the.
Who's
Well, I
we,
did
Stu?
think-
Who's
yeah.
we?
Me and my mate
Yeah,
who
really.
built the decking.
Oh yeah, you and your mate.
Yeah, me and my-
yeah. I
me and
bet
my-
your
me and my
I bet- I
mate.
bet your mate did fucking everything.
No.
But
Did he
shall I get the
balls?
teas again, mate? Yeah.
He didn't know. We did a lot of work between us, and then I went and helped him
we
to
were
do his own
almost
decking.
done. Moving on, Chin. You had to keep bringing things up.
Then I did
Another
his
thing about
decking,
decking.
and that big dick. I did a massive dick. Right, yeah, let's.
You made it sound like Dick.
I know, I did it again. That's so funny.
Brilliant.
So
That is
funny.
great stuff.
Hey, by the way, what the Mexicans put under the carpet? Underlay.
Racist jokes.
Underlay.
Underlay. Right. Okay. Well, it's not racist. It's just not
No.
funny.
No, whatever. Anyway, let's talk about
Anyway,
games.
moving on.
What do you call an Italian man with Italian footballer with no legs? Gracias.
That's pretty good. I
That
like
would be Spanish, wouldn't it?
Well, Spanish, Italian.
Italian is.
They don't even know.
That's like a woman.
What's Italian.
Woman goes to the doctor's with a piece of lettuce poking out of her knickers.
Grazie is Italian.
Poking out of her knickers, and the doctor goes, "Oh, that looks nasty." And she went, "That's only the tip of the iceberg."
I missed part of that. So
Is a lettuce sticking
Anyway.
out of her knickers?
moving on. All right, who's going first this week?
I don't know.
I know. Oh,
And
look,
I'm going first.
hang
Well,
on.
you
I've got
go
to do
first.
husband duties. I'll be right back.
What husband?
Oh,
I'm
God,
coming
what's
in
husband?
time for that, Chinny.
What are husband
No.
duties?
Come on. How
What
dare
is that?
you?
What is a husband?
Talk about shirking
duty?
your responsibilities. All right. Well, that's weird. Yeah. So there's Zup.
What?
Zup.
Zup?
Yeah.
Zup?
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much. What's up with you? Ah! But there is also a video game called Zup, which
There
I was
is?
playing last week. Yeah, it's like it kind of looks like Peggle a little bit.
Oh, I remember
wish I could
Zup.
show you because that would be great as a video podcast to show you Zup. But it's okay because I haven't. There's not much to say about it. It's a great game to pop on. You do a level. It takes you 5 seconds. You move
What are
on.
you talking about?
Zup.
Zup. But
Zup.
I'm moving off of that
All right.
because there's a
All right.
game that has got its claws back into me.
Uh-oh.
You remember that I said I was not going to play any Destiny 2 until I finished Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
That's true. You did say this.
Well, that shit went out the window, didn't it?
I thought you'd actually finished Mass Effect Andromeda
Hell
for a
no, I
second
didn't finish
there.
Mass Effect Andromeda. When I looked,
Fucking
every time I look at it in my Steam thing, I go, oh, it's so exhausting. The idea of starting that game up is just. And then I started thinking about but on the other hand, Destiny, man, you literally just jump in and you
Bam.
start shooting bad guys.
Bosha.
So I loaded it back up, and oh man, I
Oh,
have
boy.
been deep into the Destiny well. Let me tell you what. After about 37 hours of playing this game,
Is
I
that all?
finally think I have it figured out.
Oh, you do? What, shoot,
Yeah.
shove, and get, power-ups,
Yeah, shoot,
and then
shove,
get better...
right.
You shoot,
better-
shove.
Yeah, shoot,
Shoot,
shove,
shove.
You shoot.
Shoot.
Stu, meanwhile,
sure.
has mastered the art of speaking.
Get
so there's
better
that.
weapons,
When
and
I
then you get
first-
some power-ups, and
When I
level up
first
your
jumped back
character.
in- when I first jumped back in, it took me on this new mission that was like, go here, do this, run over here. There's this splicer dude. I need to unlock something in order to move through this laser wall. There's like a puzzle. No, just needed to shoot a box. Okay.
Yeah,
I shot
sounds
this
so
box.
unique.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't really know what it was. It turns out it's the start of a new season. Because once you figure out that these seasons are kind of like, they're not giving you a whole new game, but they're giving you, it's about a quarter of a game. And it makes sense because they cost about $10. There's quite a bit of content in these seasons. Now, I'm not playing the season content. I just did this first mission because you kind of have to.
Holy fuck, he's got
But that's the
4
thing.
arms.
Yeah, I know, right? He's kind of like Grievous, except not
Yeah.
evil. And there's this refugee camp. There's this whole story. There's all this lore. People who get into this must really get into it because they go hardcore with it. I wasn't really that interested in it. I was interested in buying a sniper rifle because I was like, you know what? There's a lot of times when there's enemies that are far away, and I wouldn't mind sniping them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
where do you
that's
buy
always
a sniper
handy.
rifle? So where do you buy a sniper rifle?
From
The
the,
shop.
There's
the
a-
sniper
There's a
rifle shop.
weapons.
Yeah, the sniper
Yeah,
rifle,
exactly.
man.
You go to the weapons.
Hello, welcome to the sniper rifle shop.
No, you don't buy a sniper rifle from him.
What?
You can't
Why?
buy a sniper rifle from him.
Oh, because
Hello,
That's
we
not
do
how it
not
works.
have any sniper rifles in the sniper rifle
It's a bit
shop.
shit.
No, you do not.
So what does he sell? Pistols? Shotguns?
But I've got
He's got
Snickers
bounties.
bars.
Yeah,
He
what
does
he
have
got?
some guns. He's got like fusion rifles and like a shotgun,
Well,
I think.
get out of town. What, a weapons vendor who has some guns?
Well,
some.
but not very many.
There are
And that's
roasted
because
pine nuts.
the whole point of this game is to accumulate guns by doing missions and stuff.
What's the point
So-
of having a weapons vendor then?
Because then you can get bounties from him, like kill 50 enemies with shotguns, and then you get data cubes,
What?
which you can then use
Data
to
cubes.
trade in with. There's like 100 different kinds of currency in this game.
Oh, God,
It's
I fucking
insane.
hate games like this so much.
I know, and I usually do too. But
No,
once
you do not.
figure
You
out-
play loads of games like this.
Well, that's fair, but I hate that part of it. So the fact that I've figured out, okay, you know what? Look, this currency is on that planet, and I don't really want anything that planet has to offer, so I'm not even going to mess with that currency. However,
Oh, God.
a while ago, I played the Shadow Keep, I think it's called. DLC.
Yeah,
Does it
yeah.
have a question
I
mark
remember
on it?
this.
Does it have a question
Yeah,
mark?
it
on
does have a
don't
question mark.
Yeah.
Is it Shadow Keep?
Shadow Keep?
And I was all done. I did the whole quest. I saw the end cutscene. It was fine. And then I go back to, there's this dude called the Spider who gives you missions. And I go back to him and he goes, somebody wants to see you again. And it's like, what? So there's more. There was another mission afterwards. I was like, dude, this just keeps on giving. And then I realized that same dude, the Spider, had all these wanted missions that you could go hunt people down. And I was like, okay, I can hunt people down. That's pretty cool. The lost sectors are like kind of like mini missions you can do anytime you want. There's a lot of content, and now that I've kind of figured out how it's arranged in the game, I'm having a lot more fun than I did last time.
You see, you say there's a lot of content, right? And I get where you're coming from. But it's so repetitive. It's the same things over and over and over, isn't it? Just in a slightly different environment with slightly different looking enemies who are slightly more difficult.
Well, okay, first of all, the environments are radically different. Like this environment looks completely different from the environment on the moon, for instance. Or, I mean, Bungie knows how to make interesting sci-fi environments. Can we agree on that?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, well, I agree on it. And look, you're right. The basic mechanic of the game, you're absolutely right. It's very repetitive. It is go here, shoot these easy grunts, and then there will be some slightly more difficult grunts, and then there will be a boss.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole
That is
game.
it. That's
no
a
question
loop.
about
It's
it.
a loop.
Right. But that's most video games too.
It is and it isn't. I do agree, right? That even games with a decent story have that loop, but the story is the thing that keeps me interested, not the
Yeah, fair
loop
enough.
of shooting shit
that's
in the
fine.
face
Well-
over and over again.
Okay. Now, let's both you and I be honest though, Stu.
Yeah.
We are both big fans of electronic music, and most
Oh,
electronic
definitely.
music is
Isn't it? Isn't. There's a lot of different melodies, lyrics, and
right,
stuff like
to
that.
you, because you're acquainted with it, you know the subtle changes in harmony and melody and stuff that happens.
Yeah, and I do
But
like
to a
like
lot
a
of
lot
outside
of
observers, right? Yeah, that's
vocal
true. But
house
to a lot of
music.
outside observers, there's not a lot of difference between.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's how my life views
it.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I do agree.
all I'm saying is you're looking at this game the way a lot of people look at the music that you and I love, and
Yep,
it looks
true.
repetitive to you. There is a lot of variety once you get down to it. In some ways, there's variety, and all I can say is I'm just loving that little loop.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, right? As much as I dislike this type of game, Bungie are the masters of what did you used to call it, the 5 minutes of fun loop or whatever it was. What is it?
Sure.
They used to have a phrase for it. What they
I
did.
think it was
the
like
way-
5 seconds of fun.
Or 5 seconds of
Oh,
fun.
man,
They had
5
a
seconds.
sort of phrase for the way they design games, and this is it. Evolved to its sort of ultimate iteration.
Right,
I
and
guess.
they're smart because nobody's the season pass doesn't really go on sale, I don't think. So if they're looking for $10, they're going to get that $10 from people who want that content. Now, I still have all this DLC. I mean, I still have one DLC I hadn't even touched. Night Keep or whatever, and Nightfall or whatever it's called. Now, here's the other thing that really makes me laugh with this game. And I say that in an ironic way. It does not make me laugh. It kind of makes me angry. They are trying to completely redefine very common words like light and dark. So,
Of
for
course they
instance,
are.
I went to this planet, and the dude, this is in that opening mission, the dude goes, there's something odd about this place. I guess it's your ghost talking to you. He goes, there's another, the word ghost is like, it means not what you think it means. It's your little robot friend. He goes, there's something odd about this place. I see light, but also darkness. Yeah, like every place that's ever existed. What are you talking about? Of course, there's light and darkness.
What's his shadow all about?
Yeah, exactly. So, but in the game, the light is that you get charged with light when you get enough kills, and then you have certain powers and all this stuff. And it really is the thing where it's like so much to keep track of. But I think if I were really hardcore about it, then that would really keep me going because there's always new things to learn. As it is, for me, it's like I can barely keep my head above water. But now that I do have my head above water, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting the hang of this.
Yeah. I mean, Ian says, I suppose it depends if you play with people also, but you really are a solo player, aren't you?
I'm a solo player, yeah. And that actually brings me to another
stuff.
point that I wrote down here in my little notebook where it says D2. The strikes and the public events, those suck when you're alone because they are not designed to be played alone. When you activate a strike, it actually says like searching for other guardians, and you're supposed to be paired up with other people, and most of the time you are. However, yesterday I went into a strike and it spent 2 minutes looking for other guardians, and then it just said, screw it, we can't find anybody. And I was up, it was because I was up way early. So maybe it's, I'm in the North America region, everybody's still asleep, who knows. But I went into the strike by myself, and they're designed to be played by 3 people. And it doesn't say like, well, there's only one guardian, I'll drop the difficulty down. No, it says, here's your strike. Take it or leave it.
Didn't they used to not allow you to play them unless you had 3 people? I thought that was a thing.
Well, you're really not supposed to. I mean, it's supposed to not let you play it.
Yeah, I didn't think it would let you play them.
I was surprised as you. So it did let me in, and it was very, very difficult. I eventually got it. Actually, I think some people came in very late in the game. But here's this other thing. There's a public event. I activated a public event, and I needed to open a certain number of chests. I won't bore you with the reasons why. So I started this public event. It was very difficult, and I did like 90% of the work in this public event. At the last minute, these other 2 people showed up, and they took down the boss, and I got killed right at the end. So I was like, all right, whatever. I don't really care. At the end of every public event, a little chest appears for your reward goodies, right? So I went in, and I was like, yay, reward goodies. And I went to open the chest, and it said, where the little E is, that's, you get a ring around it when you hold it down in order to open the chest. It goes, public event participation required.
Can I just stop you there? We've got a message in the chat that says, Cayford Snooker Club, is Mike Chin here? We think he's left something in the club. Can I just stop for a second there?
Something that identified him as a veteran gamer, and that's how they found this?
The hell?
No. Last week,
a friend of yours.
I was talking about how I practiced in King Super Snooker Club, and then somebody in the chat says, "Oh, I live right by there," and then they've changed their name.
So they've changed their name to the Snooker Club.
King Super Snooker Club, and they've gone, "He's my actually. I think he's left something in the club." So,
that is
dignity.
Quite funny.
Hey-o.
That's quite funny.
Hi, Big Hoss 89. He says,
"Yeah, hi, Big Hoss." But that interval there, that was quite funny.
I'm worried now. If I go into the King Super Snooker Club, somebody's just going to be watching me going, "That's the fucker there."
Yeah. or you really
that
have
turd
left
on the table.
No, well, I haven't been for a while because I got to a different club, so I could avoid this person. So.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, Duke, sorry about that. It just distracted me when I saw it.
It's very silly. The game could use a compass. That's the one thing it doesn't have, which is kind of surprising, actually. When you look at the map, you can be like, okay, there's a public, here's the spawn point I'm going to drop in on. The public event is to the northeast. But when you drop in, you have no way of knowing which way is northeast or where you're facing. So it's just like, you got to look at the map again and be like, oh, I'm facing
but isn't
that
the
way.
map
I
in
need
the
to go
top
to the
left?
right? No.
There's a map on the top left.
That's like a sensor. That's like when there's red nearby, you got monsters ahead of you. So yeah, you'll see where enemies are, but you can't. And you can, if you have something marked on your quest marker. Yeah, okay, you can do that. But here's the thing: a lot of times I'm looking for what are called lost sectors, and you can't put a pin in the map for those. They're just on the map, and you have to go toward them. And then sometimes they're above you or below you. You find the entrance that way. So, there is a mini map of sorts, but it's not as useful as it could be. I don't think that shows north. That would be very ridiculous if it did, and I just didn't realize it.
And you hadn't noticed.
It's possible, but I don't think it is.
It doesn't look.
The other thing that's annoying is that there's and this is, I think, the last thing I have to say. There are these patrols, and basically it's just another tiny little mission for you to do, and they're not marked on the map. All the chests are marked on the map, so you could go around the area and hit all the chests. But I want to do the patrols, and it's like, nope, you just have to kind of wander around until you find those, which is kind of annoying. But that said, the gunplay is amazing. Yeah, you have to sort through a lot of loot, but I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So, Destiny 2, I'm back in it, baby.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, watch this space. Next week, he'll be back on Skyrim.
Maybe. You never know with Duke.
You never know
Anything can happen.
Ginny, what about you? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I've only played one thing this week, and I only played it today.
Well, that's because you wanted a reminder about the Play My Game, and so let's do a flashback to last week.
Oh, have you found it? You found out what it was?
Thinking about, yeah. Hey, Ginny, you know what you should play My Game, bitch? You should play snooker, man. That would be hilarious if you did that.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Man, I must have been really tired or on drugs.
Must have been.
Yeah. No, that's what I did. Yeah,
Weird.
I played snooker.
Snooker.
Yeah, I played one level of Plague's Tale: Innocence today,
Oh, okay.
and that is chapter.
Because you wanted to have something to talk about.
Because I was like, I need to talk about something, and I do
Yeah,
like the game.
Video game podcast.
I could play a demo. I could play a new game.
Yeah, I could play anything.
I'll put this game in for 5 minutes.
So, yeah, I'm on chapter 10. There's a chap called Roderick or something.
Yeah, I think you're quite a way in now.
He's got like quite a big lad. Do you remember him? And
Roderick.
Roderick, yeah, and you get him from the university, and yeah, so I got him, and I sort of broke him out and saved him, but and then that was that chapter done. And that was quite a long chapter, to be fair. And what the one thing that I'll say that I haven't said about the game, because that's the rule if you're talking about the same game, is coming back to it after a week. I like the fact that, and I like it when video games do this, in the loading screen, it just gave me like a synopsis of the story, just like a quick she's come to the university to look for this book, because if Lucas gets this book, he can save your brother Hugo. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. I needed that. I could not remember what I was doing. So it gave me just enough information for me to go, oh yeah, there's other things here. And then I looked at the achievements today, and there's loads of things that I've missed. There's like, oh, you can save this soldier. They're all like, you're saving a soldier, or like a room that you've missed that gives you a bit of extra story. But they're achievement rooms, like they're little achievements that I've missed, and I was like, wow, this game does really have a lot of little things that you can miss, and just sort of walk past if you're not careful. So yeah, I'm still enjoying the game.
Rewards exploration.
Yeah, I just haven't played very much of it, unfortunately. So that's
okay. We're not mad.
But well, I need to get better at playing more stuff.
I am very angry, I have to say.
Yeah. Are you really? Yeah.
And that's all you've played this week. I'm very angry.
I'm sorry.
Don't read it.
You didn't even bother writing down you're playing my game, bitch.
I don't even remember what it was.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
That's why you don't remember, because you didn't write it down.
You didn't even write it down.
If anybody out there remembers what our Play My Game from last week is...
We don't have to write it down, do we?
Well, I could write it down. I mean, I have a pen right here.
Yes.
Well, what is it this week, then, you farts?
Yeah, what is it this week?
Yeah, I'm going to give you one for this week.
Don't say Resident Evil 7.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I don't think you've played this. I could be wrong. All right, so if I'm wrong, Metro Last Light.
I have played it.
Oh, bollocks. I didn't play that.
Way to go, Stu.
Anyway, Resident Evil 7.
Well, as I said on WhatsApp, the Katamari Damacy just got added to Game Pass. Have you played that, Jenny?
No.
Play it. I'd like to see what you think.
I don't think it's going to be this kind of game. I really don't.
Well, of course not, but that's okay.
No, but I try and pick games that I think you may
but like
like.
Resident Evil 7 is not a good one because I want to play that anyway.
What about Resident Evil 3? I've got that on my list.
No, but I've got that. I'm going to play that anyway.
What about Super Mega Baseball Extra Innings? I don't even know why that's on my
I'm
list.
going to go with Katamari.
All right, let's do Katamari. If anybody out there likes fun games, cute games, weird games, and hasn't played Katamari Damacy, check it out.
Katamari.
It's fun. It's a good game. It's well made. Don't hate on Katamari.
Okay.
Right,
is it me? Oh, yes, I should talk about a game and stuff.
Awesome music, by the way. Go ahead, Stu. Talk about a game.
Awesome music. Yes, I'm going to talk about Crackdown 3 because
yeah, baby,
you
Crackdown
played
3.
it. Chinny's played it, right?
Game.
Let's go with Chinny's assessment of this game. First was it's a pile of shit, if I remember rightly. Is that right?
Crackdown 3. Yeah. They should have burnt it. Yeah.
Piece of shit.
No way.
Now, if I go with Duke's assessment, it was like amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Amazing game. Amazing.
Now, let's be clear. At no point did I say it had a good story, interesting characters, nice design of the levels. It was fun. It was stupid. It was fun. That's it.
Okay. I'll tell you what I think, right?
Okay. What do you think, Stu? Do you want a drum roll?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Stu's opinion of the game is...
Yeah, it's a bit pants, really. It's a little bit pants. Here's my issues, right? I've got a few of these. The opening cutscene, what the fuck? What is that, right? So he's doing the dude bro. Well, exactly. He's doing the dude bros thing, right? And going, we're gonna kick some ass, because there's been some weird blackout thing going on or something. I don't know.
Sure.
So they're blacking out cities or something. Then it turns out the only city that's got lights on is the people who've been blacking out the other cities, I think. But they're going in this spaceship and the dude broing and going, hey, it's gotta be amazing, we're gonna kick some ass and all this shit. And then they all get incinerated by one person, which is you. And then you're in some tank or something. I know, exactly. And they get you out of the tank, and then she goes, you need to go in the city to help the immigrants or something.
Sure.
And then you get in the city, and then you've got to open the gate by fighting some dude or something. And the controls, right, in this game, they're just not fluid. It's like I got stuck on the scenery constantly, right? And I'm like, this is a game that was made only, was it 2 years ago now, 3 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. It's like, and it was this big, like, it was gonna be amazing. Crackdown's coming back and all this shit.
That's actually every game that comes out. What is a developer gonna say? This game's gonna
no,
suck.
but right, Xbox and Microsoft were making this massive hoo-ha. It's coming back.
Of course.
It's going to be using cloud computing to make it mega destructible. It's going to be amazing.
They squashed that pretty quickly, though. They did. They don't talk about that.
Also, it may be worth remembering.
Don't believe the hype.
No, exactly right. So I fight the dude. That were fine. You know,
Man,
kept getting stuck on
play
scenery and stuff. Got some agility orbs. Did all that stuff. Yeah. And I finally get into the city. And the first mission I come across to do is putting rocks underneath a drill. And I'm like, what? There's like
there
chemicals.
are rocks, thousands and thousands of rocks.
Yeah, but that destroys the drill, man. It's all
it does.
because there's rocks in there.
What the hell? Here's a
and just think how big these rocks are. You can pick them up because you're super strong.
I guess.
What other game can you pick up big rocks? None.
I love the fact, right? The reason you've got no more powers is because you got incinerated, right? I get all that. Yeah. That's kind of fun. But let's send you to a city where amongst all the stuff is these orbs that can power you back up again to fight the people who run the city. Surely they wouldn't have the orbs so readily available within the city.
I think there may be some logical missteps in this science fiction shooter laser game.
You know what I mean, though? It's like, let's make sure you can get powerful.
Why are you even caring about the story? Stop caring about the When I was playing it, I was like, story, who cares? What's next? I don't know. Blow stuff up, jump on things.
I don't know.
I worry that you're thinking too much about this Crackdown 3 stuff, man.
It's even like, it just
doesn't... And this is me talking.
I know. It just feels like it's the original game with a sort of new veneer on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
it looks cool. It's fun.
I don't know. I don't know where it is anymore. Look, when this was a free game with the, what was it, the Halo 3 beta or whatever it was, right? That was kind of a cool thing to get because it was like, oh, this is pretty good.
You didn't realize that it was going to be fun.
No, in 2021, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I really
Some
was.
people just refuse to have fun.
I'm not right. I've only played it for about an hour, so I haven't played a massive amount of this game. So I'm not completely writing it off. Right? I'm not writing it off. I'm gonna play a bit more just to give it a good shake, because I don't want to make too soon an opinion.
Hey,
but for instance, right, within 10 minutes of getting into the main city, I got stuck behind some pipes and couldn't get out. Right, I fell off the edge of a building.
Just click on something and then be like, respawn here.
I know, but why do I have to do that?
You shouldn't. You're right. You shouldn't. That's true.
Why the hell?
But sometimes these things happen.
Am I getting stuck behind pipes in a game that came out 2 years ago? That shit shouldn't happen anymore.
Well, let's be fair. People get stuck in GTA all the time. Skyrim and Fallout are always full of bugs. Those aren't game breakers to me.
No, I suppose. I don't even know what to say. It's all right, but
Fair
I'm
enough.
not.
Hey, look, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, there's no accounting for fun. Some things are just fun to some people and not to others. That's fine.
It was fun. It was fun 14 years ago, or whatever it was, 13 years ago.
It's fun back then. It's fun now.
I don't know, because there's other stuff in there. There's more stuff to play. There's
yeah,
more
like climbing the game and Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, there's more fun to be had with other experiences, in my opinion.
That's fine.
But I'm not writing it. Look, I'm not totally writing it off. I am going to give it another shake just to check.
Stu.
Do that.
Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Oh, get out of town. It can't get worse. How does it get worse?
It can get worse.
It just
Anything can
does.
get worse.
It gets worse.
It just
Things
does.
can always be worse.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yes,
And we'll see who's right. I will give a full assessment after I've played more of this turd.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're going in with an open mind, which is
I
the
am. I'm
most
totally
important thing.
open. I'm being very positive about this potential experience. Woohoo! So, yeah. Anyway, back to you, dude. What else
Right.
have you been playing?
There's a demo that
There
I
is a
played
demo.
called Eastern Exorcist.
See, I like the sound of this. Is this a horror game?
Exorcist.
No,
Yeah, it sounds
it is
scary. It sounds-
not. It is not a horror.
It isn't?
game. It is a 2D brawler RPG type thing, fighter game.
Wow, that is not what I was expecting you to say.
Well, I know, right? They chose an odd name for this 2D fighting. Sorry, I had trouble sleeping last night, so I'm yawny. Beg your pardon. Yeah, I think it comes from China because it was Steam had this like every so often they do this like publisher sale, like everything from this publisher is on sale. So they did it this week with this Chinese developer. And most of the games, like I went looking at one of them and it looked kind of cool. I was like, ooh, download demo. But there's this big orange box on Steam that says, warning, English is not supported. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird that they're selling a game that doesn't come in English. But you know what? That's cool. I shouldn't be salty about it. Other people who don't speak English have a right to play games on Steam. That's cool.
No, they don't.
Well, I would like for them to make it available in English, but you know what? I don't know. No, look, you can, Cody said in the chat, you can fix Skyrim with mods. You can fix some things in Skyrim with mods. Yes, it's true. But Bethesda, look, you're going to have a huge open world. You're going to have some bugs. That's the way it is. It's true in Crackdown. It's true in Skyrim. Anyway, back to Eastern Exorcist.
I know, yeah, I'm excited.
It is made for playing with a controller. And they really ought to like require it or say something about like you really should play with a controller.
Hey,
I was
you should really play with a controller.
I was determined to play it with a mouse and keyboard. And first of all, it's not mouse and keyboard; it's keyboard and keyboard. And I did play it with the keyboard, and I got all the way to the end of the demo, and it was actually kind of fun. Would you shut up about farts?
What is wrong with
Someone-
these weird
someone came in
eggy-winded
here and-
anti-farter?
Are those two people, or did you just change his name?
Yeah, I don't know. Can I
Anyway.
just say I haven't farted once since we started?
They're
the podcast.
distracting me with
Yeah.
their fart conversation.
I think that's what
Take
they
that
want to
somewhere
do,
else.
though, dude.
I know. It's my
I
bad.
know all these environmental. Look, you like environmentalists, do you? Should be applauding these guys.
The amount of environmental destruction caused by farts is like 0.0001%.
Cows' farts apparently are very destructive. So I've heard.
Well, then we should all go vegetarian.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So Eastern Exorcist. You run back and forth and you kill things with your sword. That's the whole game. There's dashing, which is kind of cool. There is
So it's a
strong
side-scrolling
attacks.
sort of slash 'em
It's a
up.
side-scrolling slash 'em
Yeah.
up. Yep. You when you have an enemy defeated, you go to it and you click a button or whatever, and it will dispel the spirits. It's all the whole story is about like
So there is
spirits and demons walking
exorcism in
around.
this. There is, it is.
There
sort
is
of-
yes, you
yeah.
are an exorcist.
I get it.
You are heading east because you're going to the right. But yeah, it's kind of basic. I mean, there's probably, well, I know there's more than what the demo shows you because you have this skill tree, and after 5 minutes in the demo, it's like unlock something in the skill tree, and I was like, why? It's a demo. I'm not trying to do that, but you have to. I guess you don't have to, but anyway, yeah. And there's you can hold down the attack so that you have a bigger attack, and you can jump in the air and then dash, which is kind of cool. The boss didn't really give me a whole lot of trouble because he did this thing where it was like he would go, and as soon as he goes, you're like, okay, he's gonna strike. So as soon as he goes, you just got to get away from him. And then like he never changed direction, so you would think that he would be a little unpredictable. So, but as soon as he went, you just get behind him, and then you can attack him while he's attacking. And he has this big hammer, and he was like, and then he'd be like winded for a second after he.
I didn't know you
hammer,
did the
so
sound effects too.
Yeah, I know. It's quite impressive.
Sounds like AAA games, I know, but it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever. Like, I first of all, play it with a controller. The demo is free to play on Steam, as many demos are. And, yeah, I mean, it didn't make me want to run out and get it. I had a little bit of fun playing the demo. It's not the kind of game I'm going to play a lot of, but it's well done as far as it goes. The sound's good, music's good, gameplay was good. Yeah. Eastern Exorcist, thumb kind of in the middle, pointing a little bit up, I guess.
Cool.
It looks, I mean, art style
polished.
It looks pretty polished.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
The art is polished. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, even the animations don't look that terrible. When you were saying it's a bit basic,
it's
it
not
looks
an
all right.
amateurish game. Yeah, it's just that the gameplay is pretty. And again, like, okay, coming from Destiny 2, that's pretty rich, Duke. Yeah.
It is pretty rich.
What are you gonna do?
Anyway, I have been playing other
back
stuff.
to you, Stu.
Yeah, I've been playing other stuff.
Yeah.
I have finished a game this week.
Ooh,
Oh
look
my
at
God! I can play
you.
this sound clip, which I haven't played in a long time.
Let's play.
Guess
Guess the
the
game
game
that
that
Ginny's
Stu-
played and finished this week.
Yes,
just make a
I
version.
have finished a game with Millie this week.
It takes two to make a thing go right.
Yeah, we finally finished it. I pinned her down for long enough to get
Yeah.
this game done because, honestly to
right.
God, getting time with Millie at the moment is like having an audience with the Pope. I mean, she
Why?
is
What's she
like,
doing? So busy.
oh,
She's
boyfriend,
covering up child
boyfriend,
molestation.
man. She is with Adam
Oh.
literally
Well,
all
you know
the
how much
time.
the Pope spends time with his boyfriend.
Duke, you can't say stuff like that. You'll be struck down by God, honestly.
I just made a joke about
Wow.
child molestation, but the boyfriend thing is what's going to do it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. So, yes.
the Pope,
Millie and
you
I-
can't touch the Pope.
Yeah, you can't say anything about the Pope, you mental.
Oh no, he's got a
Yeah,
golf
watch
cart.
me.
Watch out.
Yeah, he has. And he's
got a big
bulletproof
ol'
and
hat.
shit. Yes, so Millie pinned her down.
Yes, It Takes
Boyfriend wasn't there, so I'm like, let's play
Right.
some It Takes Two, get this game done. As it happened, we only had probably about an hour and a half to go. We were very close to the end anyway.
Yeah, but to be fair to her, an hour and a half with you is like 6 hours. with
Don't be
Correct.
so fucking rude.
Eh,
So yeah, we finally got it finished, and this game is good. It's such a great game.
so I hear.
It did get, I must admit, towards the end, but they sort of make it for about the last sort of couple of levels. It isn't as challenging. They obviously decide. They
You
obviously
know what?
thought-
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I am. I feel
I
like
don't mind
they went,
coasting to the finish.
Yeah, I feel like they went right. We're near the end. We don't want to give too much of a challenge because I think that is for me a thing with playing video games. You get to a point where it's time to be done. So
Well, and if the idea is like, okay, we're coming to the end, we really want you to focus on this story,
Yeah.
then maybe we don't want you to be so frustrated with the gameplay.
yeah, exactly.
That's not a bad trade-off.
No, and they did a really good job of the ending. I thought it was pretty cool. The story, not so much.
Yeah.
It was just that little bit too cheesy for me at the end, if I'm being totally honest. Almost like trying to get you to cry, almost like, oh, this is so emotional. You know what I mean?
Did you not expect it to be pretty cheesy at the end?
Well, I guess. And that kid, man, flipping out, that kid is not intelligent. Because her mum and dad have been asleep all the time.
Yeah.
And that kid's just like, I don't know what's happening here. This is fine. It makes no sense, really.
Yeah.
But the kid seems to think it's quite normal for the mum and dad to be both comatose in the house.
Maybe it is. Maybe they're drunks.
Maybe. But like
Could
a
be.
normal kid of that age
Maybe
would
they're
be
on
like,
meth.
in the UK, I'm phoning 999, and in the US, 911, because something's wrong with my mum and dad here. This is not good stuff.
What about in Brazil? What would they call in Brazil?
I have no idea. I don't know the
In
emergency number in
Australia?
Brazil,
Do you know?
or Australia for that matter.
You went into both the US and the UK. I thought you might want to do some other countries.
Oh, whatever. Right? It's just an analogy. I'm just saying, right?
I know. I'm just.
It makes
playing with
no sense that this
Right.
kid doesn't think there's a medical problem here because the mum and dad are in comas.
you. Right.
Well,
maybe he does. He just doesn't know what to do about it.
Just to let you know, the emergency number in Brazil is 190.
There you go, 190 in Brazil. You'll be fine. Just if your mum and dad, right, are in a coma, you maybe need to phone someone.
And in Australia, it's 000.
Is it? That's
Bolivia,
weird. What a weird number to have.
In Bolivia, it's 911.
911. There you go. Who knew? What's it in Europe?
Europe.
Well, there's a lot.
There's lots of different countries.
No. On a mobile phone, there's just one number you ring anywhere in Europe.
I don't know.
Not according to Wikipedia.
I don't know. Anyway,
in Jordan,
Albania,
it's 911.
129.
In Jordan,
129.
Jordan,
In
it's 911.
Azerbaijan, it's 101, 102, or 103.
I feel like I'm in the fucking emergency numbers of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, exactly.
In Iraq,
nobody cares.
In Iraq, it's 112.
No one gives a shit.
It Takes Two. Go ahead, Stu.
So It Takes Two. Spoilers. What do you think happens at the end, Chinny?
Oh, they get back
well,
together.
hang on a second. Let's actually let people tune out if they don't want spoilers. We can't just say spoilers. Here's this thing.
They realised that they could work together. They love them. They're all fine.
Yeah, how did you get that? I didn't even think. Because
wow, I thought you hadn't played this.
Here's the interesting thing, right? The guy who made this game is known for twists, isn't he? At the end of his games.
What a twist!
Is he?
Well, he is. In Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, there's a twist that you're not expecting at the end.
Yeah.
And in the other thing, the prisoner thing, there's a twist at the end.
Yeah.
There is a twist there.
What's the twist on this one? They were really dummies.
There is no twist. That's the twist. Because I was expecting a twist.
We expect a twist.
Well, there's no twist. It's like he ran out of twists, man. I wasn't expecting it to be different at the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but does he owe you a twist, though? I mean,
I don't know. There is a little, I'll give it this. There is a little bit of ambiguity at the end, shall we say.
Okay.
So it doesn't go the full, we're back together again route, but there is a little bit of ambiguity. So I will give it that at least. But this game is not about the story because the story is a bit weak. But the gameplay is what this game's all about. And I know, I said, right, that I'm more of a story person than a gameplay person. I've always said that.
Yes.
But
just earlier in this same show, actually.
But what this game does, that unlike Destiny 2, is every level, the mechanics are different. This is, for me,
That sounds exhausting.
I know, having to learn new mechanics all the time. I have to say, this is from a mechanics percent, this is the most creative game I've ever played, I think, from that perspective.
It does look very creative, no doubt.
He knows how to make stuff interesting each level, and you never get bored. I mean, I never, throughout the whole playthrough, which is about 10 hours, 10 or 11 hours, got bored of playing this game. And I think that is testament just to the pure design of it. So 10 out of 10, thumbs up. At this point, it's my game of the year, but there's two biggies coming out in the next month that could take that crown. So we'll see what happens.
Battlefield.
We'll see what happens. No, not Battlefield. No.
What's going to take it, Stu?
12 minutes is out this month, which I don't know about that. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm concerned about it.
How can they make a game
should be
that's 12 minutes
concerned.
in?
You better be concerned, man. It's
My concern is, and pretty much what Chinny just said is, I get the 12-minute loop, but how will that not get boring after 55?
I think they might have thought of that, Stu.
No, they.
I know. I hope so.
They
and
just said, by that time we'll have their money. Screw them.
I'm interested to see not only that, but how they ensure you keep progressing. Because there's a risk you might not figure something out for ages, and then you're just like doing 12 minutes over and over again, doing the same things until you figure it out. And that would be pretty tedious. So I'm hoping that's not the case. So I'm hoping there's a way
I don't
that
think that will be the case.
No, I hope it isn't. But I am
not any more than like her story was just watching the same clip over.
Yeah,
and over
but with
again,
her story, you kind of controlled that, didn't you? Because you searching keywords from clips that you've seen.
Stuff.
Yeah,
maybe there's ways to control things with 12 minutes.
Maybe.
Don't lose faith, man.
And then the other big game that's coming out this month is Lone Echo 2.
Right.
So,
that.
Yeah, well, that's a VR game, so you're not going to be interested in that. But
no, I am not.
But obviously, I am.
Okay. Well,
so,
I hope it's everything you want it to be.
Well, the first game was excellent, and I'm guessing this will be bigger and better.
As Homer Simpson once said to Marge, "You better get your hopes up."
I know. Well, I am. I'm more excited for that, I think, than 12 minutes at the moment. I don't know.
I can't think of anything that I'm excited for in this.
It's because you're just a boring person, Chinny. You don't let
Chinny, it's because you're interested in playing real life snooker now than you are in video games.
Yeah, a little bit, but
that's the problem.
What I'm saying is, like, just nothing's
floating your boat,
tickling my balls.
Nothing is it. What about Back for Blood? I mean, that's coming out in
I'll tell you what, there is one game. Dying Light 2.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty interesting. When's that slated for?
Well, I've seen adverts for it, so it must be soon.
Yeah, maybe.
So Dying Light 2 is so far the game that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have a go on that.
I have watched, by the way, I've watched some like gameplay because the beta's out now, isn't it, for Back for Blood?
Yeah.
So I've watched a little bit of gameplay of it, and it really just looked like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I'm not that excited for Back for Blood, but I would be up for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks cool. It did look cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be fun.
According to Google, the release date for Dying Light 2 is December 7th.
Oh yeah, they did announce that, didn't they?
Which is the anniversary of the Indonesian military moving into East Timor. So.
Brilliant.
Wow. There you go. Association. Who knew? But yeah, Back for Blood, I think, and we should try and make a play of this, people. But I think there's an open beta starting on August the 12th, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So we can actually play this game for a little bit and see what we think. So I think we should make this a date. I think all three of us should play this game together.
Begins August 5th.
Well, the open beta does. Well, that's pretty good. That's even sooner. That's like this week. That's this week. In fact, that's like...
that's if you... no. Pre-order.
No. There's that's the closed beta.
That's early access.
That's early access.
Open beta is August 12th through August.
Yeah, 6th. I was right. I thought it was. So yeah, I think we need to have a little bit of a get together and give some impressions of whether Back for Blood is going to be our thing or not. Are you two up for this?
Maybe, but we're starting school kind of near that time, so I don't know.
I'm sure you can free up one evening to play.
There's also Destiny 2, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Duke.
Yeah, I'll be up for that too.
But my evening is your middle of the night, so it would need to be my afternoon, which I may be able to make. I may not. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll figure something out.
I don't want to.
Even if we do it on this, what day is the 12th? What day is that? That's a Friday, isn't it?
Today's the 8th. So 4 days from now is a Thursday.
And it's through to the 16th.
Maybe
though,
that weekend. Yeah, so that weekend, maybe Sunday the 15th.
Maybe Sunday. We'll make a date for Sunday.
Yeah. We'll pencil it in.
Pencil it in, Duke.
Yeah.
Pencil it in for the Sunday, and we will play some Back for Blood together.
Noon U.S. Central, 6 p.m.
We'll
UK
see what
time.
we
Would
think.
that work for y'all?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine with me. Ginny, I'm assuming that's fine with you?
Yeah, fine.
Well, it's a date.
Okay.
It's a date. But yeah, It Takes Two, Ginny. You need to get that finished with Marshy. So you need to get back on that game. And anyone who hasn't played this and has somebody to play split screen with, you need to get on it because it's a good game. Definitely worth playing. Duke, back over to you.
I got one more. And I found it because somebody came into some Reddit that I'm a part of. I don't remember which one. Maybe Wholesome Games? I don't know. And said, hey, here's some video footage of a game I'm working on. And you're not supposed to really sell things on Reddit unless you buy an ad. So he didn't want to say what it was, but someone asked, like, this looks kind of cool. What's it called? And he's like, well, it's called The Ramp. And I was like, I am intrigued by this. So I went and found it on Steam, and it was $5. And I'm like, well, skateboarding game, $5, looks cool. Let's give it a try. The aesthetics of it reminded me a lot of 720. Did y'all ever play 720 back in the day?
No.
No, but I've heard of it.
Awesome skateboarding game. It actually probably wasn't that awesome. I just have memories of it being awesome. And the thing that made it different from every other skateboarding game, first of all, it was a skateboarding video game, which there weren't many of back in the day. But the idea of 720, the video game had this controller that moved in a circle. So like you would hit the button to kick, and then you had a jump button, and then you would aim your skater with this weird joystick that moved around in a circle. And so anyway, whatever. It kind of looks like 720, The Ramp, but it plays pretty differently. It's a skateboarding game. It's very basic. There's no story. There's no point system. It's just a ramp. You can do tricks. You skate around. You fly off. You get hurt, but it's like whatever. You just pop right back on. It's very simple, but it's fun.
It's all isometric.
It's isometric. The pool is the best, I think, because with the ramp, if you don't aim it right and you don't land back on the ramp where it should be, you can you fall off. With the pool, the only real way to make it stop is if you hit the ladder, because otherwise you're just going to be going around the edge of the pool or whatever. There's a certain spot where you need to hold down A in order to kind of like use downward momentum when you land, and then when you're going up the ramp, you hold A and then let it go, and you're moving upward, and then that launches you further in the air. You can do grinds. It's fun. It's cute. It's not the type of thing I want to be playing a lot of, but when I do get the itch to play some skateboarding, like I think this will be it.
I do like the look of this. It looks cute. I like it.
It corrects you a little bit when you're, not perfectly aligned with going straight back down. But it's not brainless. Like you have to kind of keep track of where you're pointing. This one, there's this like, I don't even know what it's called, but there's this like park with a cutaway part in the middle. I didn't really like that one because I kept hitting the wall between the cutaway parts.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of annoying. I was like,
hard to sort of aim properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like the little diorama design of it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the look. The visuals are good. The sound is good. It's got nice sound to it. It's got good music. If they added more stuff, they'd probably be able to charge an actual game price. As it is, it's well worth the $5 for a little fun skating around type thing.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Can we just say as well, congratulations to our skateboarder, a young girl who was 13-year-old and won the bronze medal in skateboarding at the Olympics.
All right, well done.
13. She was called Sky, and she was tiny.
Well,
13 years old, and she just won. It was very impressive, I've got to say, at her age.
That's awesome.
So yeah, super cool. Yeah. And one of our BMX riders, a girl, won the gold medal in the BMX freestyle. Well, so there you go. So well done to her as well, and not so well done to the British Olympic whatever committee, because they don't fund BMXing anymore, even though we got about 4 medals in it. So they can piss off. Yeah, they're not supporting people who are actually good at what they do. So there you go.
Big long ramp. Chinny's showing on the screen now.
Yeah.
There's this big long ramp, which this is a lot like one of the events on 720. This was weird. Like you're supposed to be covering distance, and I guess you can do tricks when you do it, but it was kind of hard to land on it. And then once you do, you go up, and then you can come back down.
Yeah, and then go back across.
Off the edge. Well, no.
You don't even come. Yeah, you don't even go back across.
There's
no return ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
They could have had
So
half of that
it's
as a
just-
ramp, couldn't they?
I mean, yeah, it's really kind of strange.
So you could actually carry on doing tricks and continue your
I mean,
your
maybe
combos.
you could turn around. Like maybe I'm not very good at turning around quickly, but I just
Doubt it. There's no way of doing
and
it.
half
is
the
there?
time you're not even clearing it. So it's like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, they could have had half of that entry ramp as a quarter pipe or something, couldn't they? So you could keep on doing.
Or
Your
I mean,
tricks.
it's a video game. Like, why not? Like, just magically it becomes a half pipe again or something.
Yeah.
Once you clear to the edge.
That's quite impressive. So yeah, no, I like to look at this. And how much was it? $5?
$5, yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I might have a go.
And you know, you don't get too much content for it, but you know,
Now
what's
that's
here
weird.
Is well done.
Because when I'd have thought when he fell off the side, it's just like open space, but it's actually like a flat surface.
Yeah, right.
That was weird.
Fall down onto it.
Yeah. He's just like, it's not actually. I thought it was like the air. He's just like suspended in midair for some weird reason.
But
it isn't.
Big blue concrete floor.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I do like the look of this. At this. I've only got one other game to talk about, and this is a game that's been out.
Now.
Yeah, it's been out quite a while, and the only reason I put it on was because I saw some story on this that said, "Oh, there's a racing game now within Dreams."
Oh,
so, you know, Dreams, the video game where you make video games. Well, somebody has made a racing game within Dreams.
This can't be the first racing game anybody's made in like 2
No,
years.
it's the first one has ever done.
It's the first one that's ever been
But
done.
he saw an article about something
But
especially interesting. Racing.
Yeah, because this has got its own trailer, and they had some guy who's like mega into car physics and stuff, who did all the physics for the car and all this sort of stuff. So I think he's just sort of showing, going, look, you know, this is how far Dreams has come. Look what we've made, an open world racing game with different environments, and you can like race around it.
Look what we can do.
Look what we can now do in Dreams if you've got the time and you can be arsed.
Yeah.
What's kind of cool about it though is it does work. I'm quite impressed. It does feel like you're going fast. It's got a boost. There's no other cars to race against. This is purely time trial. So you're given a circuit and you've got to beat a target time. So that's what you got to do. But there are a lot of environments. There's like, as you can see, the one on screen is snowy. So you've got all mountains and snow and stuff. Then there's like sunny stuff with sand and deserty. And then there's like obviously greeny, foresty environments and stuff with water and coastal roads. So there's a lot of stuff, and you unlock all these different time trials within the game, or you can just kind of just drive around it at your leisure and go wherever you want. But I am impressed that somebody, like some amateur dude who just plays Dreams, has made this massive game within it. And it does show you what's kind of possible. It isn't perfect, can we just say? I mean, you can see you get stuck in environments and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's not.
Crackdown 3 gets a bollocking for getting stuck.
Yeah, but this is free. This is just
got stuck.
Yeah, but this is free. It's just within a game that some dude has made himself. This isn't a AAA developer making. This is just a dude on his own with a mate.
But still, a car being stuck off the road of the racetrack is a little weird.
Well, it is. But it is kind of cool. I was getting better at it. It did take a little bit of time to get your head around the physics and the driving, but it feels pretty good. Considering, like I say, I mean, if you've never seen Dreams, have you? Because it's like what the tools you have to make stuff.
I watched a demo when someone was doing it.
Yeah, I mean, when you think what you've got to play with and what this person has made is kind of incredible.
No doubt about it.
There's buildings, there's stuff, environments.
Okay, for you to say like there's buildings, like I mean,
but you have to make each of those. They don't, there's no pre-existing models that you can use.
It's not as though it's got stained glass in the windows. Like
but again, you've got to admit this looks pretty good. If you compare this to some indie games,
I have admitted that. Yes, it looks pretty good. I'm not disputing that.
I think this is a really interesting sort of example of what can be done with the tools. I mean, I know you, Chinny, thought about getting this and having a tinker
at Dreams,
but you never did it, did you? So I don't.
No, the reason being is because it's a fucking rabbit hole, isn't it?
Oh
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine how long it took this guy to make all this stuff.
I know. I would like to have a go on it, but I just feel like I'd lose so much time.
Yeah, because it's like once you start tinkering,
yeah, you can only access the games through. I don't know. It just seems like a lot.
That's the thing. If you could release this as a standalone game, that would be one thing. I think Sony kind of shot themselves in the foot by making it. I mean, I don't know how you do it otherwise, because then everyone would be turning out porno games or whatever. But like
porno games,
if there were some way for you to use this to make a standalone, I think that would be really something.
Yeah. Like an actual development tool that you could make stuff to.
I mean, that's what it is. It is a development tool. It's just
it is.
The platforming of it is very narrow.
Well, it's not necessarily. It's the audience, and I guess that's what you mean. The people who have access to playing this stuff are only the people who own Dreams in itself.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get it just to play games.
I do. That's all I do on it, and I haven't played them for a while.
You're in the vast minority, I dare say.
I'm a player rather than I'm just interested. Although I haven't probably turned this game on for about 3 years. But
so everything I'm going to show you on the screen is made in Dreams now.
Yeah, there's even a Resident Evil Village level now.
Yeah, there's
someone's
every
made
game
that.
that's ever been made. They've done in that game because that's what they did with Little Big Planet. I mean, it's great. It's remarkable. I don't mean to take away from it. Like, it's really cool how much they've done in Dreams.
Wow, look at this. Fallout.
Yeah, I see. It's very impressive. I think they could do even more if they, if people felt like putting the time in would go somewhere other than just people coming along, playing it for a few minutes, going, "Oh, that's really cool," and then that being the end of it.
I think that this for me is very impressive, but I also find myself thinking I'm more impressed with the more unique stuff rather than stuff that's mimicking other games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm more impressed with stuff that people have just come up with and gone, "Oh, this is cool." Like there was like a puzzle platformer game I played with in it that looked nothing like any other game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty impressive.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it is kind of cool what people are able to make within this platform, and yeah, I don't know whether it's taken. I'd be interested to know how many people actually bought this game in the end. Because I do still feel like
find out how many they've sold.
Yeah, no, that'd be interesting to know because I still feel like this could be kind of still quite niche.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think this is massively mainstream.
According to FastCompany.com, it sold 8.5 million copies.
That's pretty impressive. I really didn't think it'd be.
Oh wait, no. I think that's Little Big Planet. Whoops, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds about.
Yeah.
This looks like this one that's on currently looks the same as the game I've been playing.
But better.
But different. Like it looks like the same car model. Yeah, I don't feel like this has sold a huge amount somehow.
Let me see if VG charts with.
It's amazing how much work goes into these games, though.
Oh yeah, I mean this looks like a Lego game that's currently. You know what I mean? This Mandalorian thing looks like a Lego.
Yeah, it's like Mandalorian, like Lego, isn't it? Version.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Are you looking at this now, Chinito, and thinking I could do something like that?
No, but I suppose a lot of Dreams is sort of borrowing assets as well.
Yeah, that's possibly why that car asset's in.
Yeah, so games. For example, we're looking at Call of Battlefront or Call of the Battlefield or something like that, and it's a Call of Duty Battlefield knockoff. But you could borrow some of these weapons, you could borrow these environments, you could make a story from it, you can make a game from borrowing assets yourself. So I just like tinkering with. I like creating things. I've always enjoyed sort of creating things and.
Would you make more like a movie type thing because you can do that sort of stuff?
I don't know. It doesn't have to necessarily be a game. I'd probably try and make a game. Like when I was making, when I had Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed sort of creating levels and making games, and like the creative process is always interesting to me. So whether it's a game or a video or whatever, it's just interesting. So just tinkering things and trying things, and I'd probably just make like something simple. I thought like the first thing I'd make is probably like a funny walking simulator or something like that, just like a comical one or something.
Yeah, with dodgy physics.
Maybe, but like just play around with it and see what I could make just out of sheer like silliness. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just so much to learn. I'd have to basically play this.
I mean, I
for 6
did some of the basic tutorials, and even that just took hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just going through all the basics of how to make stuff, how to build blocks and stuff, and connect things and levers and switches, and you know how stuff interacts with other stuff. It's a huge learning curve.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, but
well, there used to be a video game website called VG Charts with a Z. And
They
now
did.
It looks like a freaking nightmare, spam all over the place. Buttons don't work. It looks like our website's been ruined. So,
mind you, I think they stopped really releasing sales figures, didn't they, and stuff. So I just feel like Little Big Planet made quite an impact, but I just feel like this, as cool as it is, I just don't think I think it's still very niche. You know, I think there's not as many people. It's like a little club of people who make all this stuff. Sure. I would have said.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the modding community in Skyrim. Like, there are some amazing mods in Skyrim, but it's not a whole lot of people. And, you know, the percentage of people who play Skyrim with mods is probably, 25%, 30%.
Yeah.
So, that's the way it goes.
But it does look cool. And that's it for everything I've played this week. Anything else from you, Duke?
Everything I've played.
And that's everything from you.
I actually stopped my RDO dailies. I'm not doing the Red Dead dailies anymore because when I went to Florida, I wasn't doing them, obviously. And then I came back, and I'd only put in 2 days into the new, loop. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to go racing into Red Dead every day when I log on. Still building things on my Minecraft thing, though. But that's it. That's all I have to say.
Cool.
Is there news?
There's a little bit. There's not a lot of news this week.
Putting news first.
Dead Space Remake apparently is going for a late 2022 release. Now, I'm going to make a prediction here.
Go ahead.
I'm predicting this will come out on Halloween in 2022, the same as the original Dead Space did.
You're really going ahead there with those predictions.
I am. I think that's a pretty solid prediction, to be honest.
Dead Space Remake.
The interesting thing about that is,
I don't think it is.
I had a question, Stu, which I'd like you to answer.
Go on.
Would you have preferred this remake or a brand new Dead Space game?
If it's anything like Dead Space 3, I'd have probably preferred a remake. Because that game was a bit... it was all right.
No. You're getting distracted, right?
Yeah, go on.
EA comes up to... They ring you. They go, Stu, it's fucking EA here, right?
Yeah.
Now, we've got to make another Dead Space game. We just have to. Your call. Do we make a new one, or do we make a Dead Space remake, yes or no? Which one? Dead Space remake, yes or no?
Dead Space Remake. I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay, thanks, Stu. We'll get on that. Cheers, bye.
Good. So what about you? I'll turn the question to you. What would you have preferred?
I think I would have preferred a new one because
I
think the old one holds up quite well. It's available to download on Game Pass.
But now it'll have slightly better graphics, Ginny.
But it holds up well. Like it holds up.
But
quite
it could have slightly.
No, I mean no. Just Duke. Can I just say?
Go ahead. Correct me.
It's not just going to have slight. This is like the Resident Evil remakes. This is going to be a whole ground up, brand new graphics. It isn't one of these just slightly enhanced, shinier ones.
They'll probably give a voice to the main protagonist.
Yeah,
as well,
I think it's going to be a lot different.
But I'd still prefer a new one.
The core is going to be the same, but it's going to be a lot shinier.
I'd still prefer a new one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think as well. Well, I'd look at it this way. I think thinking about it a bit more. Would I be more inclined to play a new one than I would be the remake of the original one? And if I look at it that way, I'd probably be more inclined to play a new one.
Yeah.
I think.
If they did it, or if the trailer was like it's like scary, it's all the same things that we loved about Dead Space.
Yeah.
I think I prefer to play a new one.
You see, because I played Resident Evil 2 remake because I've never played Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
So to me, that was like a new game.
I mean, it is a new game, basically.
Yeah. But if you've played Resident Evil 2, you kind of know what's going to happen in the gist of it, I guess.
Kind of, but I mean, it's so. I mean, Resident Evil 2 was what, 97, 96?
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
It's a lot. With a lot of things have gone on. Dead Space 1 was 2008.
Yeah.
Now, it's pretty polished back then. I mean, yeah, there's some niggles, I think, but we have come a long way from 2008, but we've come even further from 1996. So
no, you're totally right. But
just,
I've never played Resident Evil 2, so to me it was like a whole new game. Resident Evil 3 exactly the same. Never played the original one, so again it was like a whole new game. Whereas Dead Space, I know what to expect to an extent, apart from the fact it's going to look slightly better, I guess.
Maybe they'll. I'm guessing they'll give a voice to the main character because he got a voice in the second one, but he was silent in the first.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
they'll probably fill up.
Script. You see, I would. Do you know what I'd have quite liked? I read. Do you remember we got a free book, didn't we, on Dead Space? Some publisher sent us a Dead Space book.
Yeah.
And I read that when I went to New York on holiday. And it was kind of almost like a prequel to what happens. So it's how all the religious stuff started out and everything, and how all the alien artifacts appeared, and how they affected people and made them go all mental and stuff. I think I'd have been quite interested in a prequel to the Dead Space franchise, you know, something like how it all began, like an origin story.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think that would have been kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
You know, to have that sort of thing. But I guess we're not getting that.
No.
We're getting a remake, which is fine. I think I'll probably play because I do feel like it's long enough. You know, it's a long time since I played the original Dead Space. So I think, and they may add in some new stuff that wasn't in the original. Hopefully, you know, add some, you know, some maybe little changes and stuff to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
But we can only wait and see. We can only wait and see. Duke, and I know you hate Amazon.
Yes,
with a passion.
Well, I don't like Jeff Bezos.
You don't like Jeff Bezos.
Nope.
Have you any interest in the New World MMO that is coming out on Amazon?
No.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there then. You know,
Amazon ain't getting my money.
I just thought that might be something that you might be interested.
There's plenty of MMOs I can play. I don't need to be giving Amazon money for that.
No, I guess.
Nope.
Next, I don't think. Oh, there has been slightly. It's not kind of leaked, but there's been a list of stuff that South Park are going to be doing in the near future.
Wow,
they're going to do something like 6 movies and 4 new series or whatever.
You know, they're reaching Simpsons territory. Like, just let it go, man.
I know. Well,
you've made your point. You've done your work.
Oh, they've reached Simpsons territory years ago.
They have. But,
I'm just saying, like.
But they've done a deal. They've done a deal for $900 million.
I'm not saying there's not money
so,
to be made. That's not
they're not going to go, no, we don't want your $900 million. Forget it. We're not doing any more stuff. That's it.
Do they really need more money? I mean, goddamn.
Well, nobody needs more money, but people get it, don't they?
No, there are people who need more money. They're poor people.
They don't
They're
need.
hungry people.
Look, Jeff Bezos needs no more money, but he's still.
I
not
know. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about homeless
down.
people. I don't know that I'm. Maybe my mic's not working.
No, but homeless people don't make South Park, though, do they?
No, they don't. Or run Amazon.
That's
for
true.
Instance.
They don't.
You know?
You got me there. Homeless
no, people
do
with
not make
money
South Park.
always want more money, dude. That's the world.
Yes, it's pathetic. People should get different priorities.
But people don't. But anyway, amongst all of this stuff, they have agreed to make another video game. So,
yay!
So there's going to be another.
Their video games are good.
Yeah, they are. So there's going to be another South Park video game incoming. Did you finish the butthole one, Chinny?
Yeah.
See, I never finished that. I've still got it, but I never finished it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I liked it, but I don't know. I just got bored.
No,
you know me.
We know you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for the news then.
I think that's about it. There isn't a lot of other stuff. It's a bit boring.
Do we have emails?
Yes, we do.
Whoa, that ruled.
The one and only email this week is from Jacinta.
Yay, Jacinta!
And she.
Wait, where is it?
All
Here
right.
it is.
Her name is Jacinta.
Her name is Jacinta.
Yes,
She
it
says
is.
this actual addiction.
Okay.
She says, hey guys, not much
Hey.
to say other than
I'm a potato.
I had to cold turkey Destiny 2.
Ooh, I was just talking about Destiny 2. How
Yeah,
about
she
that?
says,
I hope I didn't get you back into the addiction.
that game is genuinely addictive. In fact, most online games really push me into rat in a Skinner box like territory. I have no idea what that means.
Well, a Skinner box is something that you put a rat into in order to see if you can manipulate its behavior. A lot of times it has to do with pressing a button to stimulate pleasure nerves or, getting food or whatever.
I've never heard of that before.
Now you can't.
Although when Millie's been doing a psychology degree, I did find out something very interesting.
What's that?
That cockroaches are affected by social interaction.
Really? I did not know that.
In so much as, right, they did an experiment with cockroaches where they put a cockroach in a like perspex maze to see how fast it went through.
Yes.
And then they put another cockroach in with like a cockroach audience, and it went faster than the one which didn't have an audience.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
Imagine making that your life's work. Like,
I
what
know.
are you going to do? I'm going to cure cancer. What are you going to do? I'm going to find ways to avert the climate catastrophe. How about you? I'm going to run cockroaches through the maze with other cockroaches watching.
Who invited Gary? Who invited Gary?
Exactly.
He's not welcome at these parties. He's a fucking idiot.
Isn't that interesting, though? You wouldn't think that cockroaches could be affected by
No, it's not
an
interesting at all.
audience.
No.
It is totally
I
interesting.
really wouldn't think much about cockroaches other than kill them with fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like humans. Humans do the same stuff. So there you go.
Right.
If you have an audience, you're more likely to perform than if you don't.
Yes.
Or the pressure
anyway.
will be applied if you have an audience as well.
Not necessarily. People perform better with an audience.
No,
It's
well,
just-
yeah, but there's a psychology against there's a psychology against home and away teams as well for footballers.
Yep.
So if a team plays away, they are more likely to fail than they are to succeed because of the pressure of playing against people that they don't like that don't like them.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why during COVID, there's not really been any home advantage because there's no crowd. There's no crowd there booing them.
Well,
or
yeah,
whatever.
but mentally you're still away.
Yeah, but it makes no difference. It has been interesting. It has been interesting.
It's not that interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes it's just a filler phrase.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, that being said.
Yeah, so anyway, Jacinta, go ahead. Cockroaches, nobody cares.
So anyway,
Jacinta, read the email.
so I'm giving them all a break.
All games.
I'm too susceptible and easily manipulated.
Wow.
Maybe Stu is onto something with his hard stance on no repetitive online games.
Well, he certainly has one of those.
I am. I totally am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's story time. You see what I did there?
Oh, snap. Here we go.
My favorite time.
Extra story time.
Instead, I've been enjoying Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Whoa. Okay, so she's not giving up all games. She's giving up all
No, giving up online repetitive
games, yeah.
multiplayer.
Okay,
She's going for story games.
I mean,
Story games.
I've been playing Destiny 2 PvE. I don't go near the PvP on Destiny. So
Rubbish. And The Witcher 2.
okay.
The Witcher 2, both of which I've not played before and are excellent.
Yeah.
Are excellent. I'm not very far into either. It's a bit hard going backwards to The Witcher 2. Yeah, I can imagine that being the case. Although The Witcher 2 was a lot better than Witcher 1 as far as like mechanics and stuff goes.
Yep.
After playing the third, but I like the plot more than I expected. Now, wasn't The Witcher 2 where you had the major issues with the silver sword and the normal sword? Or was that Witcher 3? Yeah, it was
I
Witcher.
don't know if I'd call that a major issue.
I think it was Witcher 2 because Witcher 3.
Yeah, it was Witcher 2.
He just gets the right one out automatically.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Duke kept
It's almost
getting
like they
killed.
figured it out in 3.
I know, they went, oh, do you know what we should do? But
I
I like
want
the
to make
plot.
Duke mad again.
Yeah, exactly. But I like the plot more than I expected. So I remember The Witcher 2 being pretty good. It was a pretty good game. Anyways.
I mean, all of these games have multiple stories. We really ought to start talking about stories, plural, when we talk about video games.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Anyways, I've been kind of getting into the Witcher books and lore too, and it's been making me think about fantasy as a genre.
Yeah, all right.
Have you been thinking about Geralt as a genre?
Geralt. I usually,
Fantasy genre.
wow, I usually prefer sci-fi, but lately I've been into more fantasy.
Okay.
Question:
Yes.
if you had to pick between giving up sci-fi games or giving up fantasy games,
Fantasy begone.
which would you choose? I guess Chini doesn't have to answer. We all know what he would
Fantasy
choose.
would
None
be
of
gone.
none
Be
of those
gone.
orcs and elves and shit.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna be straight up here. If I had to give up either sci-fi or fantasy, I would probably give up sci-fi because I prefer fantasy. So that would be me.
That's
I
a good
like
reason.
Orcs and elves and wizards and shit.
Slow down.
It's a good enough reason for me.
I don't know if I can decide.
Duke, which would you give
I mean,
up?
I
Fantasy?
really don't
let's be
know if I
fair.
can
I
decide.
do like The Witcher 3 and Skyrim and other fantasy games. Like,
Yeah, you like them, but you don't love them.
I think
No, you don't love
they are brilliant games. Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't-
but you don't love them.
No, you don't love them.
I
You're
would
not
play
willing to
them
cut
again.
off your
I
own
would play them
foot.
again.
That's not willing to cut your own foot off. But I don't know. I there are so many science fiction games I love. There are so many fantasy games I love. I mean, fantasy is the one I grew up with, right? Pool of Radiance, Bard's Tale, Diablo. Like these were the foundational games of my life as a gamer. Myst would probably qualify as fantasy.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Stu.
Yeah,
Stu,
definitely.
That means Half-Life Alex would be gone.
Oh,
Portal,
shit.
Portal 2.
I hadn't thought of that.
You idiot.
Fallout. Goodbye, Fallout. Oh,
man.
God.
That
That Fallout, I'm not giving a shit
Science
about.
fiction. Well, then
But
you suck and I hate you.
Half-Life. Oh,
Half-Life Alex will be gone.
Oh, I don't know what to do
Best-
now. I don't
best
know
VR
what
game
to
ever.
do.
It's gone now. What's the best VR game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ping pong,
Yeah, that fantasy stuff is gone.
climbing. Yeah, see,
Sci-fi.
I
I'm
can't
full on
decide. I
sci-fi.
Jacinta has asked a question that no one else has been able to do, is to stump me, to make it impossible for me to answer.
It's a difficult
refuse.
question
No, it's
for
easy.
you.
Fantasy.
Not picking
Get
one.
it gone.
No, screw
Yeah,
you.
fantasy. I'm with you, Chini, now. Fantasy's gone because
What-
Half-Life's
what-
sci-fi.
Try and think. You know what I just did to you, Stu?
Yeah.
Try and do
Yeah.
that to me. Try and think of a game that go, oh, what about this?
There's no fantasy game you like enough
Yeah,
for that to be a thing.
No.
There isn't.
Lord
Can I
of
just
the
say,
Rings.
I think I've figured out who this
Shadow of
only
Mordor?
farter in town, anti-farter, Eggy
I thought we
Wind
weren't
is.
going to give them any oxygen.
No, do you know who I think it is? I think this.
Fart something oxygen.
I think that is Jason Gallagher. I'm just putting it
put
out there.
Good money on one of them being Jason Gallagher. Yes.
I think all of them are Jason Gallagher.
Although I don't know. To be fair, usually Jason comes in, makes one weird ass comment, and then that's it. Like he realizes
it's
there aren't a lot
Jason.
of people
He
playing
wouldn't
along with his
be-
game, and he's like,
It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for it to be Jason.
No, I think that's Jason. I'm just putting it out there.
Yes,
But yeah, I'm gonna go. I think Chini has persuaded me. I'm going. Fantasy is gone. Sci-fi stays.
Yep.
Even though that includes getting rid of The Witcher 3, which I
Also,
love.
Duke, that includes Battlefield, all the future Battlefield games.
I ain't giving up either of them from my cold dead hands, man.
Then-
It's not happening.
See, the Skyrim's the sticking point here.
No, I there's lots of fantasy games I don't want to get rid of. Banished is a fantasy game. That's a good game. Witcher 3 is a good game. I'll admit that. You know, Guild Wars 2. Hello.
yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
I'm not giving up either of them.
You stumped.
All
You
right.
stumped
All
Duke
right.
Jacinta.
I
You're
object
keeping
to
them
the
both.
question itself.
You're keeping them both.
It's the question that's
Yeah.
wrong, not me.
Yes. The
I'll give
question
up.
is incorrect.
I'll give up. Japanese. You know.
She didn't ask that.
Samurai-
You can't
samurai
make up your
games.
own question.
I love. What
Whatever,
about
there's
Ghost of
always a third
Tsushima? Ghost of Tsushima is brilliant.
Whatever. I ain't played that. And I ain't
Even
trying
though
to play it.
is that Chinese or Japanese?
Nobunaga's ambition
It's
would
not-
be more
well,
painful
it's
than Ghost
set
of
in
Tsushima.
It's set in Japan.
It's-
I
well, it's
think,
set in
isn't it?
Tsushima.
I'll give up.
isn't it?
I'll give up. I'll
But
give up.
it's
Samurai
not a,
games. I'll give up pirate
It's
games.
sucker punch, so
I'll
it's
give
neither a
up-
Japanese nor Chinese developer.
And I'll give up westerns.
What, Red Dead?
Exactly.
What
exactly.
the hell?
Exactly.
You could not
That's
give
how much.
Red Dead
That's how much I
online.
prioritize. Science fiction and fantasy are up here. And
Wow.
there's westerns, and then there's like samurai games, and there's pirate games.
Wowzers,
Whatever
I'm
you
sure.
say.
Yeah, but my get out of that is there's a UFO in Red Dead Redemption 2, so it classes as a sci-fi game.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't.
Any more than Back to the Future 3 is a western movie, which it is not.
Fucking is.
Yeah.
Come on. We watched Jurassic Park again last night. That's a good movie.
It is.
It is a good
It's
movie.
not a great movie, but it's fun.
They're moving
There's
hurts.
a lot more people dying than I remembered, but I mean
Because it
whatever,
was the
that's way it
90s
is.
and we were allowed to
Yeah.
kill people back
It's
then.
a weird family film where
Yeah.
four.
Do you know
people
what's
end up
Do you know
dead.
what's more interesting than that? Is we were watching Celebrity Gogglebox, which they'd been watching Jaws,
People watching
and,
people.
and I
watching
made the
movies.
weirdest statement ever. I said to Kay, "Isn't it cool that they killed kids in Jaws?" Because
Stu
this
is a
day and
fan of
age,
killing kids.
no, but you wouldn't be able to kill a kid on a lilo in a film these days, would you? You
Well,
wouldn't be able
that's
to show a
true.
kid being killed on screen.
No.
But in Jaws in 1978 or whenever it was made, that was fine.
Yeah.
Just kill that kid. Let it get eaten by the
Done.
shark.
Get it done.
Yes.
And
but
Samuel
yeah,
L.
we-
Jackson in Jurassic Park doesn't even get a death scene, does he?
No, he doesn't. That's bogus.
That's
man.
crazy. He doesn't get a death scene.
His arm got one.
Yeah, his arm's in it, but like, I
Isn't
remember
it-
thinking,
He
like,
doesn't
what
mean
happens?
any arm.
I remember as a
Isn't
kid
it-
thinking, what happened
Yeah.
to Samuel L. Jackson? I don't
He's
get.
Jackson.
I don't know when he
gone.
died, and then I realised years
Yeah,
later that was his
exactly.
arm.
Yeah.
Isn't it Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, he gets eaten by a shark. Yeah, and,
But
Yeah,
within
but
about the
some-
first 10 minutes of the film, doesn't
Ah.
it?
yeah.
It's just eats him in one go.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that is such a cool thing to do because you're expecting him to be in the whole film and then he gets killed. Talking of movie,
Moving on.
I have got a movie recommendation for people.
Mm.
The
Go
Fear
ahead.
Street trilogy
No.
on Netflix.
Are they movies?
Yeah, it's 3 movies part
Oh,
of the
right.
same trilogy.
Right.
It is very good.
There's one in the 90s, one in the 80s, and the 60s or
1860s.
1860s.
No, 1600s it is.
1600s, right?
But it's all sort of obviously interlinked. You could watch it as one massive 6-hour movie.
But I won't be doing that.
No, you won't be doing that. But it's
Just like
so
Lord of the
worth
Rings.
watching. If you like decent horror films, it's pretty good. I was quite impressed with the ending as well.
I had a hankering recently to rewatch all the Hannibal Lecter movies, and I did. Silence of the Lambs still the best one. Horrible
Awesome.
transphobia for what it's worth. But it is a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Aside from that, Red Dragon is a good movie, but it's not really about anything. Like Silence of the Lambs is about transformation and gender roles and lots of other things. Hannibal, for all of its problems, it's about revenge, I guess. But I don't know. Hannibal is a lot weaker than I remembered it being. And Red Dragon is a good movie. The performances are amazing, but it's not really about anything. It's just like, okay. So that's a
I'm never going to
disappointment
watch
for me.
the other ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't blame you. All right. Any other emails?
No, that's it. That is pretty
We have a
nice.
speak pipe, though.
We do.
Pipe, it's the way to leave a
No,
message
no, it's
for
crap.
us.
It is from Derek.
Derek.
And it goes a little something like this.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Senior back again. I'm sorting out a quiz for the end of August. I'm putting the finishing touches to that.
Yay.
But if you go past that a few months to the end of October,
Ooh.
as requested by Stu, I'm putting together a Halloween quiz, or it might just turn out to be a horror-themed quiz. We'll see.
I'm liking this.
But since Halloween this year falls on a Sunday, I thought you could maybe make the show for that week a horror-themed show. Now, you don't normally do themed shows, but I thought you could make an exception this year. A few ideas for the show. You could maybe have a special guest on, like Antonio, because I think he's your go-to guy for horror video games. Maybe have him let us know his top 10 horror video games. I think that would be quite interesting.
That could be interesting.
You could have people write in to say what their favourite horror games are, or send in speak pipes.
Quit trying to tell us how to do our
we could
show.
talk about games
Yeah.
maybe like Dead Space, Resident
We
Evil.
just talked about Dead Space and
Silent
Resident
Hill,
Evil.
and maybe other
Yes.
games that aren't necessarily immediately thought of as horror games, like
Fear 2.
let's see, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, possibly Alan Wake, Deadly Premonition.
Really?
Okay, maybe not Deadly Premonition.
Okay.
What a
But
game.
just throwing a few ideas out there for the show. I think it might be quite an interesting week if we could make it all based around the horror side of things. And that's it, really. So keep on screaming. I mean, keep on gaming.
Derek, just let you know,
Uh-oh.
that
Great
would
ideas.
be a really good idea, and we don't
But-
do good ideas on our show.
Yeah, we don't do that. We could even all play horror games only that week.
On the stream, we could
yeah,
play it
on
on
the
the
stream.
On the stream.
I think we should do. I like this idea. I think we should do.
go right
do
ahead.
horror games, Duke.
Yeah, we should make you play horror
I
games.
do Fear 2. I played Fear 2. I like Fear 2. It's been a while. I was thinking I need to go back to it. I'm going to play Fear 2 that week.
Play Fear 2.
I'll tell you what
by
then,
the way.
we're committing to it now. We're
Yeah,
going
that's
to do a stream
Yeah.
every night that week.
Oh my God.
Well,
that
I'm
is
not
something
committed.
We're gonna
else.
play horror
So shall we
games.
do that?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Basically, you two do one on that week, and I'll fill the rest. Probably.
There are other some co-op horror games possibly.
Left 4
Dead
Dead,
Space 3.
hello.
Is that co-op?
Yeah.
What was that? Resident Evil 5? Is it Resident Evil 5?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
co-op.
That's not really horror.
Because we
though.
played that. Well, action horror, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
that-
maybe we should see if we can find some co-op-y horror games as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've got like.
We'll
Evil
figure
Within.
something
I've
out.
got the Resident Evil's games.
Yeah, there's quite a few on Game Pass as well. To be fair,
Plenty
Dead
of
by
horror.
Daylight. Phasmophobia.
yeah,
The
we can play
Forest.
that again.
Yeah, Dying Light.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, play
Blackout
fa-
Club.
I don't know,
GTFO.
what is that? What is the Blackout Club? I
Friday
don't
the
know.
13th, the game.
Oh God, we've never played that. That's on Game Pass. We should play
Killing Floor 2. 7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The Dark Pictures.
Okay,
No
Duke.
More Room in Hell.
that. All right, we get it.
Grand Theft Auto 5. What the hell?
What? How is that a horror game?
I know. I did a search for best co-op horror game and put up Grand Theft Auto 5.
Who
Give me a
knows?
break.
Who knows? Who knows?
Crazy. Google's algorithm. You're not perfect. What the hell?
Yeah, Google does some weird stuff. But no, I think that's a
it's
really good idea,
time.
Derek.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it as the stream will be on Halloween itself. We will do a full on horror episode.
You
And
know
we can
what?
even
We didn't get
horror
any
films.
trick-or-treaters last year, and I don't think we're going to get any. Like, this house
Well,
is
it'd
too
be
far
different
away to
this year.
trick-or-treat.
Well, I think as well the COVID thing was on last year, so
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, our driveway is like 7 miles long. Ain't no kids trudging up that.
we
to
weren't
get one
allowed.
mini
Like in
candy
the
bar.
UK, trick or treating was banned. You
What we
weren't
ought to
allowed
do is we ought
trick-or-treat.
to build like a fake doorway and then just sit out by the road and see if anybody comes by.
There you go.
No one.
No one.
No one.
one's
That
gonna-
would be the most
Nobody's
boring
gonna
day
come.
ever. Yeah.
No one's gonna come.
Where is the snooker content?
Yeah, where's the snooker content, Ginny? How was the snooker today? Because you went and played snooker instead, didn't you? How was that?
Yeah, it was fine. I won.
You
It's
won.
time for a shout out. Hey!
Congratulations.
I'm going to start this week. I'm going to shout out.
You go first.
I'm going to shout out AstraZeneca
Yeah.
because apparently Pfizer sucks because it
Why is
becomes less
that?
effective after 6 months, but AstraZeneca potentially will be effective for years.
All right.
So
Well, I
I'm
mean, all
AstraZeneca all the way,
vaccines-
people.
Well,
Give me that AZ jab. Screw you, Americans, and your fucking Pfizer. Stick it
I've
up your
got
ass.
Pfizer.
Moderna,
I've got
so,
Pfizer.
Yeah. I got Moderna. Everyone I know has Moderna, so you can hate all
Yeah,
you want.
yeah.
I've got Pfizer.
Hitting
Yeah.
your target. You're hating on Chinny is who you're hating
I'm
on.
not hating on Chile. I'm hating on Pfizer, who've made $21 billion from sales.
Oh yeah, I'm sure AstraZeneca's made $0.
No, not for
They're
profit.
in it for the
No.
Not for profit
They've-
doesn't
they've
mean that
sold
they don't make
everything.
money from it, Stu.
No, they made
Good.
money, but they've only made they've made 600
No,
million as
not for
opposed to
profit. It's
21
a
billion.
scam.
It's not a scam.
Yes,
They've
it is.
sold
Well, no,
theirs
it's not.
at-
I'll
They've
give
sold
them that.
every jab, Chinny, at £2.80.
Yeah, but they're fuck. I bet their
And
wives are on the
every
books. I bet their
Pfizer
wives
jab
are on the books.
is
Just me.
16 quid.
And their stock price is probably going up because people have faith in the
Or
company.
husbands. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
bet they put their partner. Like, whoever. I'll put my partner on the
Stu,
fucking
no.
books.
Stu
Bam.
don't want to hear anything about AstraZeneca now.
Wow.
He's like all in for this
Wow.
company. It's still a corporate manufacturer of pharmaceuticals. Let's
They
not
make
kid
more
ourselves.
money from all their other stuff that they're doing. It's just
Well,
good
there you go.
advertising.
They're
But the
probably
thing
gouging
is,
people on insulin and shit.
but because, and I hate to say this to you, Duke, but because of all the disinformation about AstraZeneca in the US and France and Europe in general, millions of people in Africa are going to die now because they won't have the jab because they think it's second rate.
Well, I believe it. I mean, a lot of people in Africa are going to die because we're hoarding vaccines in the wealthy countries to begin with.
No, they've sent.
Well, no, that is
millions-
the true. That is a true thing.
That's partly true, but they've sent millions of AstraZeneca vaccines to Africa and they're
Yeah,
throwing
I'm not
them
saying
away.
That's not true.
Because they're
Yes,
going
you're
out
right.
of date because they're so
Yes.
suspicious of it now.
Sure. No, I hear you.
And
that's
that's
a
because
messed
of
up
all the
thing.
disinformation from
Right.
America and the Europe and all
Yes.
this stuff.
I don't know why you think I'm going to dispute the idea that the United States is a massive purveyor of misinformation.
Yeah,
Of course we are. We suck.
you do.
And Any other shout outs on
Are
this
you
video
saying,
game
Stu, that
podcast?
nobody
Stu?
in the UK has spread that misinformation?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
If only there was some sort of Rupert Murdoch controlled media organ there.
The biggest issue was Macron saying that it was quasi effective is the biggest problem with this, apparently, and Merkel making a massive public thing about not having the AstraZeneca as her second jab. Those are the two issues. And when those European countries have sent their stockpiles of AstraZeneca to Africa, they just think they've sent them because they just don't work. After seeing all that stuff.
And again, I wouldn't, if I lived in Africa, I might be a little suspicious of wealthy countries sending me medicine as well. Because there is a long history of wealthy countries sending things to the so-called third world and it not being tip-top, high-quality stuff. So,
well, maybe, but that isn't the case.
I remember when at school you have to make like a shoebox of stuff that you send to some kids in Africa. And I sent like different bits and bobs, but I always felt really guilty because I sent these pens and they didn't draw very well, like these felt tip pens.
It's like food drives. People always give the most horrible food.
And I was like, oh, these felt tip pens are no good, so I'm just going to put them in this box. And to this day,
that is terrible.
I think about
you are
that kid
person
that took that out and went, oh, fucking yes,
this
felt tip pens, motherfucker. And then they wasn't very good. So whoever, if you're listening now, person from Africa who got that box,
yeah, and they surely are. There's no way they're not.
I'm sorry. I'll buy you some felt tip pens.
Right, I want to shout out.
Email the
I'm
show.
going to shout out Amar because he's always sending me fun videos and some not so fun videos, but I appreciate the fun videos. He also just realized that.
So what are the not so fun videos?
Oh, I don't, he's really into Die Hard, and I'm not so into Die Hard. So he sent me a video of Die Hard, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care about Die Hard.
Oh, okay.
But I mentioned that I had gone to Florida, and he was like, hey, Duke, did you know that the rapper Flo Rida is named after the state, Florida? And I was like, yes. Everybody got that as soon as he appeared in the world. But anyway, that was amusing. And he recognized it was amusing. I will shout out my nephew Avit for letting me play Pokemon Sword on his Switch, which, by the way, I didn't ever talk about. I played a Pokemon game for the first time in my life when I went to Florida.
Why
These
would
are
you do
old
that?
shout outs.
Yeah, why? Why would you do that?
Because I was curious. I'd never played a Pokemon game. I was like, it's time to make it happen. And then he goes, yeah, but you don't want to play the first hour because it's all just intro. I have a character who's after the first hour of cutscenes. And then he handed it to me, and it was like a half hour of cutscenes. And I was like, how do I fight with some Pokemons? And he goes, oh, well, why don't you check into the hotel? Because you're in town for some big thing, whatever. And it's Pokemon Sword was the one I played. And I was like, okay. And I go to check in the hotel, and there's this team that's like, you're going to get stomped. And it's like, by you? It's like, no, by the people we came to cheer on. It's like, what? And they're like, but we'll fight with you now. And I was like, okay. So I played some battles, and I stomped them easily. And the whole time, of course, my nephew is staring at me going, okay, for this battle, you want to use this thing and add it with the fire magic and use it because it's good against that. And I'm like, oh, God, it's so complicated. But I played a Pokemon game. So now I can't say I've never played a Pokemon game. And you can't say that about me.
I played Pokemon Go for a bit. Does that count?
Sure, why not? It's got Pokemon in the title.
See?
There you go.
There you go.
We also played a card game called Splendor, which was kind of fun. I looked at it when I was in Target the other day. It's like $40 though. I was like, damn, why so expensive? It's fancy cards. I guess that's why it's expensive. And we also played Castle Panic, which is a fun co-op tower defense game. So board game, not a video game. So
all right,
thumbs up. Thanks to my brother Mark for hooking me up with those games, and Avit because that was fun.
There you go.
And everybody in the chat, shout out SLH and Jason Fartman and
Jason Fartman.
Fraser,
I think that is Jason Fartman.
If Fraser's still around, shout out to him, and shout out to the Duchess because she rocks. And we were in the sports are on, and she goes, "Oh, that team! It must be a championship game. That team just got a little trophy." And I was like, "That's so cute! Like clearly knows nothing about any of the sports. Oh, they got a little trophy." Anyway, Chinny, time for your shout outs.
I want to
He's in a McDonald's coma.
No, I'm okay.
You don't sound okay.
I know. What is the matter? Are you falling asleep there?
No. I have been playing another game.
Oh.
Go on.
Go on.
I used to play this game a lot back in the day. Like when I say back in the day, I mean 6 years ago.
Okay.
It's on the mobile phone.
What's the game?
Simpsons Tapped Out.
Oh my god.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Kiss my big Springfield behind Shelbyville.
I've been playing it a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why I started playing it.
It's fun.
You just tap things and tell people to do things for hours, and then you come back and then you tap them, and
Yep.
I don't get it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, but it lights up the parts of our brain that like the ding ding ding, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to EA then for making that.
Yeah, shout out to EA. Well done, EA. Yeah, shout out to EA. Shout out to Tainted Brain because he said, "Hey all," and then he said,
Yay,
"Later,
Tainted
guys,"
Brain.
and we didn't say hello to him, so I felt bad.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Brian.
Shout out to the other people. Shout out to the world.
Shout out to the world.
And
Shout out to everybody who's given me memorials for Gary Lever.
Yeah, and that, and
Send them.
I think that's it. I haven't got much, but yeah. Shout out to my brother.
Oh God, I feel like we're podcasting with Duke now.
My brother's still married 1 week later. Just to let you know.
That's good. He's not got divorced. Yeah, that's
still
good.
going
Shout out
well.
to Pete.
Still going well. I'll
for
give you an
sticking
update.
it out for a week.
I'll give you an update every week, but it
My
looks,
wife!
looks good.
It's looking good so far.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
It's looking
That's
good
me.
so
If
far.
you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
VGHub.net, people, check it out.
Bye.
Is there anything else we need to say?
I don't think so.
Baba booey, baba booey, baba booey.
Yeah, love you both. There you go.
I do not have a problem. If I want to play Crazy Cupcakes, I will play Crazy Cupcakes.
Welcome, please, enormous Jessels.
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Actually, there was something I meant to say and I've forgotten.
If you want more of the Duke, both my albums are for sale here, Smooth as Silver and Hi Ho Duke.
Yeah, go ahead, Stu.
There you
What
go.
do you got to say?
I am DJing Ralph Finch's birthday party on Saturday the 14th.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to pop along and, listen to some music while Ralph Finch, Richard Finch, celebrates his 38th birthday. I thought it was 40th. I got told off for that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
I said I was close. It was only 2 years out. Not that big a deal.
Real cocktails are for old people.
So yeah, I'm going to be playing a load of stuff for his birthday, taking requests and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be fun from 7:30 onwards on the 14th. So you want some, music to do whatever you're doing, and help Richard celebrate his birthday. I don't know. You can come and listen. I'm going to do it on Twitch stream. I've not done one for a while, to be fair.
No? When was the last time you did one, Stu?
It's a while ago.
I mean, he's putting out mixes on the regular. He's just not live.
Yeah, I've not done one this week, by the way. I haven't had time. I've been busy.
Well,
I've been working
we all
overtime
got
and
things.
stuff. Yeah, so it's the
Yeah.
first
I only
week
got
now.
one more week of summer. I should have mentioned that. It's coming to an end. It's been great, but it can't go on forever.
Can't go on forever. But yeah, this is the first week I think I haven't done a mix.
Wow.
So, I know. So, but it's only a very temporary.
No, I said, I am your father. Put it back on.
He wants to hear a mix.
Temporary glitch. But yeah, I'm gonna put up an event thing on Facebook. If you wanna come, you can find the details there to click on the link.
I could just go to Ralph Finch's house.
You could. You should go. That would
should
be
just go.
hilarious. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I should
With
do
glow
this
sticks and like a
and you
funny
turn
hat.
up.
I'll just turn up.
With a camera. You
Yeah.
could turn up with
Turn
a
up
camera
in order
his
to get
face.
turned up.
I'll be like, hello, I don't know anybody, and I've never met Rich before, but he's listened to me for like 10 years.
That
So
would be
where is the
hilarious.
motherfucking cake, bitches?
Yeah, man. I've come for the party.
Ballin'.
The weather's looking good, by the way, so that's the thing. You're going to be hot in Wolverhampton on Saturday. We're going to be raining up here, apparently. But yeah, the weather's
now we're
looking
talking
fine.
about the rain, the weather.
He's putting a projector in his garden, then he's going to put, because the graphics thing I do, that's into the beat and the music and all that stuff. So he's going to project that on a big screen.
Ooh, okay.
So he's going to have some, obviously that can serve as some of the lighting, etc.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just going to play some good. I've already put the playlist together. I've got some good tunes that I hope he'll like. He's giving me some indication of stuff he wants me to play. So I've
the Wombles.
Yeah, the Wombles, Wombling with Wimbledon. Wombles are we.
Yeah.
Legendary flautist Frans Bruchheim.
Yesterday was the birthday of legendary Dutch flautist Frans Bruchheim.
Apparently he wants I Am the Music Man. Agadoo.
You know what? On that note, yeah, I'm busy that night.
Oops Upside Your Head.
Fucking
Saturday Night, the Macarena.
No.
And the Grease medley, apparently.
No.
How about a little bit of...
My purse! I don't know you!
Actually, he doesn't want any of that stuff. I just made all that up because that's all the stuff that gets played at weddings normally, just saying, and birthday parties.
About Thnickerman, you know, playing
a bit of YMCA.
Yeah, shut up, kid.
The Time Warp, who could forget that at a party?
Come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. That's a good one. What else is there? What else?
Harlem Shake.
Yeah,
Uptown Funk.
The Cha Cha Slide.
Cha Cha Slide, yeah. Cha Cha Slide.
Modern one.
Fucking hate that song. Cha Cha Slide.
More modern one for you there. What else have we got? I'm trying to think of
keep naming bad wedding songs. That's
all the cheesy songs.
For, right?
Anything by
Hey,
Status
why did everyone
Quo.
turn off?
Anything by Status Quo, and everyone does that ridiculous, weird dance thing where they just move their feet.
About Gangnam Style.
Yeah, Gangnam Style. There's another modern.
But that's a good song, actually, though. See, people can hate, but
bit of Gangnam Style. I could play that. That'd be funny.
Jump Around. That's a good song.
Jump Around. I've got that on my list actually. I've got.
You know, it's funny though. That's like the official song of the local sports team here. So people play it all the time. You play it at a party. Everyone knows it. People are going to dance. You put on Crisscross Jump, which is also a good song about jumping.
I've got that as well.
Nobody knows it.
I've got
Nobody dances to it. Nobody loves it. And I mean,
I
okay,
love
look,
that tune.
They're both good songs. My point is, what's the difference between the two of them? Well, one is adults. The other is kids. Okay. One of them is people wearing their clothes normally. The other is they're wearing their clothes
jeans backwards. I remember that being a thing.
Right. And then there's the fact that, you know, House of Pain's white guys, Crisscross black guys. I'm not saying that's the main thing. I just think that some people in Wisconsin might be racist. That's all.
Just saying.
That was a stretch, I think, dude.
It was. Wow. How did you get
Well, they're
there?
both good songs about jumping. I mean...
Yeah, but Jump Around is generally a more popular song, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying Elvis is generally more popular than Little Richard, but, you know, they were both good musicians.
Wow.
But he's white. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
And he eats burgers.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
If you go to Las Vegas, he'll marry you.
Yes.
I mean,
it's true.
MJ did all right.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know.
There's no doubt about it.
Kanye does all right.
What about Lionel Richie?
Yes.
He did all right.
Well, Obama did all right. That doesn't mean racism isn't still a thing in the United States. I mean,
I just think Jump Around might be just more played.
Yes, I agree. It is
generally it's just more played.
Crisscross will make you jump.
They're both good songs. That's
They're
all
both good songs about jumping.
Jump.
I've got.
And then there's Stu's song, which is called Jump.
That's what my version of it does.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Oh, yeah,
I've got two songs that I request when I'm at like a party or something, and they're like polar opposites to each other.
Okay.
Moonlight Sonata.
So no. One is M Beat, Incredible.
Okay.
Do you know this?
Nope.
So this is
probably.
a jungle.
I might know if I hear
this is a jungle song.
Oh God, no, probably not. I don't like jungle.
So jungle is
it's like drum and bass times 10.
But heavy drum and bass.
No, I hate it.
Drum and bass.
Have you heard of this song, Duke? No.
I have not.
There it is. When it kicks in though.
Oh, I have heard this.
I'll have to pause the. Now you can play it, Karen. Just the stream can't hear you now. Here we go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. Yeah, it's a strange song.
Trio kind of guy, but
Sure.
whatever. It's
And
good.
then my other song that I request, as close as I can to it, is "Love on Top" by Beyonce.
Wow.
I love that song.
Because there shouldn't be that many key changes in a song. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
She's great.
It is.
Because you're like,
it is a great
wow,
song.
yeah, I know. Beyonce's a great singer. Oh, here comes a key change. Very normal thing to do. And then she does another one. You're like, wow, yeah, Beyonce is talented, fantastic. Then she does another one. You go, whoa, Beyonce, slow down. You're going to hurt yourself. Then she does another and another and another. She's great.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm just.
I'm cutting it there with the proclaiming of love for Beyonce.
The proclaiming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the proclaimers.
The proclaimers. Now, just a minute. Just a second.
Miles
Hold
and
up.
down. 500 more.
To be that man who works day by. I think he's having a heart attack. Put him down. No, he's still having a stroke. He's still going. Keep recording. This is fucking great.
Keep recording. It's amazing.
Did you notice, by the way? I hope everybody noticed the pole and the wall behind me. They're straight up and down. I had to futz with this camera for like an hour to get it straight up and down. Usually there's a slant.
Duke.
I know. Nobody noticed. Nobody cares.
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing that I care about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
No,
Duke,
it's ridiculous. I shouldn't care. Nobody notices. Nobody cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
If we get a flux of emails going, oh my god,
what the hell is going on with
my
Duke's
eyes
phone?
were all wonky wonk.
Yeah, I was used to it being a Trump loy.
So no, didn't spot that one, Duke.
That's okay.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Da.
I'm just trying to find just a second, right? Hold up. I have got a cool version of crisscross jump, but I can't find it now. Hold up.
Oh, that's what you've been doing for that fucking.
That's what I've been looking for. Yeah, hold up.
You can tell he's distracted.
I am distracted. I don't think it's that. Is it that?
Chitty's got tapped out. Stu's got his crisscross
Hold up.
search. I'm the only one paying
It could be
full
this.
attention
It could
here.
be this. It could be this. Hold up.
Could be.
Let me have a look.
I'm building Moe's Tavern now, Duke.
There you go.
Let me see. Oh, that's Pump Up the Jam. That's not it.
That's Pump Up the Jam.
That's not it. That's not it. I think I'm sure it's called something like Everyday Jumping or something like that.
Did y'all see that video of the dude?
Oh, this is good. What about this? You like this? Hold up. This is such a good tune. Hold up.
Sounds exactly like the other song you just played.
Yeah, it does. Totally like it.
Talk about repetitive. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, it'll come.
I don't know what this is. Yeah, man. Nope.
You know what this is?
Nope. Man, oh, look at the time. I gotta go.
I can't believe you don't know what this is.
Why don't? This is the part where you tell me what it is. I guess I'm not. I don't get to know what it is. All right. Well,
you don't know what that is.
I keep telling you I don't know the
Jumping
song.
by
You playing more of it
Destiny's
is not
Child.
gonna
Jumping
help
by
me.
Destiny's Child.
Okay, I don't know much Destiny's Child. I'm sorry.
Wow. Anyway, here I found it, by the way. Here we go.
Great.
This is it. Oh, hold up. It's this. This is it. Here we go.
like the original. Where's the high pitch? Not everything is better with a house beat.
No, Stu, no.
So good.
It's 2 thumbs down, dude. Sorry. I'm glad you like it. It's not my thing.
Stu, I'm gonna stop this.
Yeah.
And I have to go. So have a good night, y'all.
Yeah.
Good
Stu,
luck
we're
at
going.
the party.
Bye, Stu.
He couldn't care less.
Sorry, what?
We're going.
Bye.
We're going.
Have a good
You
week.
don't like that? I thought you liked that. It's
Bye,
jumping.
Stu.
Bye, crisscross. What?
Bye. I'm sad now. I'm gonna go and cry
Why are you crying? Don't cry.
because you've ruined crisscross for me.
Hey, it wasn't that great to begin with, to be fair.
No, true.
Although that is a good tune. I like that version of
No,
it.
it's not.
But anyway, each to their own. Each to their own. I
Horses
guess.
for courses.
Horses for courses, as they say.
Horses for
As they
courses.
say. Well, I would cut you off, but I can't because I'm stuck on Serato now and it's closing
Okay,
down.
I can.
Go on, you cut me off.
Bye.
Bye.